Hello, hello.
Yeah, we work now. Sorry, it's here.
Hello.
Man.
There we go. I think we're on now. Hello, everybody. So today we're going to be talking about latency with my good friend TheBat, also known as Edward, and I'm sure he has a few other titles. But basically, what I wanted to do on this live stream was a lot of people are very frustrated with latency. They just know it's there. They know it changes things, and that Dark Souls 3 does not handle it the greatest, and it's pretty weird. And they sort of just get frustrated and, never really learn it, right? And there's a lot of topics in this, so I found it difficult to just make like one video on it. So before I do that, I decided to do a stream like this with someone to test it with. And I think with this stream, we'll basically get like all the points down, and by the end of this, you should understand how latency works in Souls games for the most part, like spacing, rolling, like trades, parries, backstabs, strafing, all that stuff. And then you can apply this to any Souls game you play, including Elden Ring, because Elden Ring appears to have about the same netcode as Dark Souls 3 and the previous games. So with this, you should find your PvP experience with higher latency players a bit less frustrating. It will still take time to learn, but just from me and Bat's experience, as we learnt to adapt to latency, these things became a lot more tolerable and even fun because we were able to understand things and just not get mad at how things just seem not to work. So we're gonna go over many points, and I think, well, Bat can let us know of the first thing we'll be going over.
So, uh, first thing I'm gonna present myself, guys. I am TheBat. I am a 2020er, as most people should know. And I am from Brazil in South America, and we have a higher latency than most of the other continents. So I have a mid latency here to Amir, like borderline high, and we have a lot of range to each other. So this should help us demonstrate some of the effects of it. And one of the first effects of the high latency is its range. So most people are fighting on, let's say, on that arena, and then they get hit by a fucking kilometer, and they just get frustrated and how the hell? And this happened a lot to me. I remember one of the first times I were fighting an arena, and a Exile Greatsword guy came in, and I were running from him, and he hit me from a mile away, and I died. And I were like, all right, I'm never trying to space that anymore. I'm just gonna roll everything forever. But
Yeah.
honestly, it's not that way. It's not that they have more range, but
Yeah. So
yeah, you can lead that, Amir.
yeah. So the thing is, um, with latency, the thing you've got to understand is that it basically adds the time dimension to combat. So if we're just standing still, don't move at all, TheBat. And I'm just gonna stand here, give it a bit of time, and yeah, if I R1, or wait, let me turn the hitboxes on. I forgot to turn that on from that. And if I have the hitboxes on, you'll see that when I do an attack and it misses his hitbox, it doesn't hit him, right? The hitbox misses him. Oh, there it hit. And you see that even though we have high latency, it doesn't have extra range, right? And when I stand out of his range, just swing at me, see, it missed. Ta-da. Now, this definitely doesn't feel like how it is in combat, but that's because people are moving and people are performing actions all the time. So if I run away out of his R1, so just R1 the moment I'm about to get out of range. Yeah, that definitely didn't... Oh, wow, look at that. So things definitely don't feel like, the range makes sense. Here's another example. So get out an ultra great sword, and I'm just gonna barely sort of run out of the range. I'm gonna stay at the end of the range. Here, let me stay here. And that hitbox definitely, if I just stand here at that same range, it misses. But then when I'm slightly in range, it's like it magically has more, if it would seem. But now let's turn things on the other head. Now we're going to do the same with the bat and see what happens. And then notice if I do a second R1, it misses him. So you'll notice that like he reacts and moves out of the way, but he still gets hit. That's because the moment my weapon hits him, what is it? He doesn't immediately get stunned on my end because he needs to get to his game and then come back to me and tell me he was hit, right? And that adds up to a bit of time. So when he sees it on his end, he thinks he can space it, but the time he actually sees me in that point of the animation, I'm still back there. I mean, he's still back here on my screen, so he gets hit, right? And to demonstrate this further, why don't we show both ends? So let's do this split. And now you're seeing his screen as well. And it's about a little cosmetic mods here, but for it still serves its purpose. So tell me, like, try and observe how when, what is it? When I move out of range, how I'm still in range on his end. Attack?
Yeah, he clearly get hit in my end, but if you watch his screen there, he's gonna get hit by a lot of phantom range. This is why what I see here is his ghost. It's not his real self.
Yeah.
So it's a projection of him in my screen. But what matters is the attacker side on Dark Souls 3.
Yes.
So what matters is the ghost.
Yeah. So you could just imagine as if your ghost is following you and doing the action, you know, you completed. Like, if you've, I don't know if any of you here have played super, I know there's a bit of delay on the thing, but you can still see the same occurrence happening, right? So you can just, you know, that actually kind of helps because you can see it, like, you can see the same event after. But if any of you have played Super Mario Galaxy 2, there's a couple levels that basically have this enemy, which is basically you, that appear and follow you and do your exact actions, right? And then basically you got to keep moving and not retrace your steps, because then you end up running into your ghosts that repeat your actions, right? So I don't know if you guys like seen that, but that's how you can sort of think about it, right? Like, you can also think about it as the ghosts that show up in regular Dark Souls, right? The bloodstained ghosts, the ghosts that you just see around, right? You can just imagine there's one behind you following you, but they're completing your every actions. When they get stunned and you roll out, they'll get stunned and then they'll roll out. So that's sort of how you want to imagine it, right? That they're attacking your past self. And another thing to keep in mind is that the action they're performing, when he does this, not only is he attacking my past self, but he's later in his animation than it appears, right? So when, like, he's like right here, like when the weapon is just winding up and about to go, it's already swung out, right?
That's so this opens a lot of actual like possibilities for you, since you remember what I said, right? So what matters is the ghost, what matters is the attacker. So here, I'm not sure if you can see my screen. Yeah, you can, alright. So you can see my screen. Amir is here, so if I attack him and in my screen he got hit, that's what matters, right? This means that if he attacks me, what matters is exactly this. It's just his screen. So you can attack me now, Amir. So if I come here inside his attack here, and on his screen he didn't hit me, it doesn't matter what I see here. It doesn't matter that in my screen the blade would
This is
decapitate
live.
me. I just like wouldn't get hit ever.
Yeah, and I can do the same to him. Here, I'm just going to switch to my screen to make it a bit less confusing.
Yeah, sure.
Go. So, I'm going to, what is it? Attack, and I'm going to run into your attack.
Yeah, like this.
Attack. See? What's a more clear attack that has a more active hitbox? You have this. You have a Lothar Knight Straight Sword.
I have it. Yeah. And
Okay, do the poke.
That's something I would like think it's way harder because
Yeah, it's a bigger,
the
chunkier. Here, I went
the
too
thing
early.
is that yeah.
But let's see, like me just go in it. See, I clearly went inside it. Oh, that was too close.
Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, see, you can literally walk inside their attack on your end because it only matters what's going on their end. So, like, we can see the same with me doing this. Right? He doesn't actually, he never is in the hitbox on my end or else he gets hit, right?
This
But,
works especially well with great sword tools, by the way, because they have few active frames, so it's extremely easy for you to do then. Like this.
oh, I went in too early.
Yeah, there we go. Like this is extremely easy.
Now, like, the thing is that this is not even, like, a glitch or anything, right? This is just us understanding how it works, right? Because if the thing is people get frustrated is because it feels like their enemies have super range and they can never, like, punish their attacks or whatever because, you know, they're going to get hit either way, but they don't realize that the attack is already ended, so when they're not in range and they go in range, that they can punish it, right? So here's another example. Do you have a curved greatsword?
I can get one. Give me a second. Wait.
All right.
Let me get a curved great sword here real quick. That's the ultimate laggard weapon.
How is spell hit detection determined? Is always host side or depends on who casts it? It's always the attacker side. So here we can jump on to strafing because this is one thing I wanted to demonstrate, and we'll come back to the other thing. So watch this. When he throws a dagger at me, I'm gonna try to strafe it on reaction. Watch this. What was that? Like I dodged the hitbox, yet I'm still getting hit. What? Is that like magic? Like, so you would think that like it's just some weird shenanigans, but what's happening there is basically like, watch this. I'm gonna do it against him, and he's gonna try to strafe it on reaction. Well, yeah, do it on reaction. It's because he is actually getting hit by it on my screen, right? And if he's still, but you can still strafe it. So just like throw some running knives at me. Throwing knives. You just need to be already moving, right? And with enough range, it gives you enough time to actually do it on reaction. So let's try to get the max range with throwing knives.
Here, like this.
Yeah. Ta-da.
Yeah. This is because of the ghosts we mentioned earlier.
Yep. So when someone's of higher latency, you want to adjust for this. Some other things that you can strafe are things that have higher, add closer range, or things with higher startup, right? If you want to do it on reaction, right? So if I throw a bomb at him, he can't just like last second move out of the attack. He can do it like beforehand, but if he just tries to do it as if it was like super low latency, he'll get hit. Ta-da. Now throw the bomb at me and I'm going to do the same thing. See, the hitbox clearly didn't hit me, yet it hit me midair. Right? Now if I do it... Oh, wow.
Because this was because of the fire getting you.
Yeah. See, if I react early and move, then I'll be running on his end by the time it hits, right? Or by the time it could hit me. So that's what you got to know with strafing. So when someone winds up a spell, if they wind up, Soul Spear, what you want to do is do it either earlier if it's on high latency, or if you realize it too late and you don't think you'll have enough time to strafe, you want to just roll, right? Because that's the thing with rolling.
Yeah, you will know when you succeed by the ghost hit. If you got a ghost hit because you didn't succeed at strafing.
Yeah.
Like this.
You'll always get the ghost hit when you fail at spacing it, right? So a good way to start out when you're spacing and strafing and stuff like that is basically roll most of the time, right? When you're not entirely sure that you can space it, and when you are, you actually try to space it, right? And that way you'll actually learn where like you actually did space something and when you didn't. What about spells like Floating Chaos? That is still done on their end entirely, right? So I could even do a little dishonest spell allocating. Get Floating Chaos.
Yeah, if I keep running, my ghost will always run from it. Like, it doesn't matter.
Floating Chaos. Or no. Pyromancy Flame. So if I take out of Pyromancy Flame, past this, you'll see that even if he tries to strafe it on reaction, it matters if it hits him on my screen. Oh, I didn't lock on.
Yeah. So if I keep running like this, my ghost keeps running. Now I read too close. Need to be a little further. Here. Here I most likely won't get hit anyways.
Yeah, because he's already running.
Yeah. Now if I try to strafe that in reaction, like, even then it's a bit easier because the spell is bad.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get on to Parrying Drift. Let me see if there's any questions I missed. That isn't helping me fight a guy from Japan? Yes, it is gonna help you fight a guy from Japan. So let's get into like a couple things. So for example, if he's using the Ultra Greatsword, right? And or let me get something smaller, right? If I use maybe what's a good weapon? Like a katana. Like if I just try to do it as if he was low latency and then only move in like this, I'm not gonna really get damage off of it. Right? Because I'm gonna not get in range in time for the hit, and you know, like I can't even try to roll catch because I won't have enough range, right? Like if I wait, no, I'm actually walking in there. Like I'm thinking I'm walking around it, but I'm walking in. Like see, I walked in there, and I was able to get around it. But if I don't, and I wait for the hitbox, I don't get as much pressure, right? So like, it's this versus like that, right? So being able to move into your opponent's attack is on high latency is a very important thing, right? Or you could even like do it like this. Like look how instant that is. Oh, I was still in range. Or this. Now he has role discipline, right, and he knows what he's doing, so he'll not get caught by that, right? But like if they instantly roll, right, and you don't actually try to move in, you're not really gonna catch them with anything. Hey Spectre, yeah, this is a live stream.
Yeah, I can try panic rolling if you want. Let me see.
Sure. Here, let me actually
like
just try to time a roll
almost
catch instead of a...
Like this, you see? If you're dealing with like a less experienced player, he probably will panic roll. So you can roll
try a
catch
greatsword R1.
Alright.
Well, this is already too good of a... This is too... Like, the length is too good, I think. I need a better example. Maybe something of inferior range. It's also decently slow. What is... All my weapons are too good. Here, what about Cestus? Oh my god. Yeah, this, for example. Like, if I wait for the hitbox to finish, I'm not going to get anything if he panic rolls. Right? So, if I run in, let's say, it is possible I can roll catch with that. Wait, I need to run into your hitbox, actually. Attack? Oh, that was done. Or actually, what might be better is an R2, literally.
I'm doing the power attack now, bro. Well, I think it's gonna be hard for you to punish with Mewcastle.
Yeah, Cestus, like, it's kind of weird when it actually can reaction roll catch. Oh, there
Yeah,
it actually
that
hit.
was a ghost hit due to
Yeah,
latency.
because latency, what is it? We're gonna talk about that.
Mm.
Basically increases your like rolls effectiveness. It's sort of like an oversight over their fear of like, because rolling basically is similar to blocking, is a way of dealing with the issue of, because like if he attacks like this, if I wasn't able to roll, like if I literally could only run, or so just do an R1. Like look at that range. Like what am I supposed to do against that, right? Like on reaction. Like there's nothing I can do if I can't roll or block, right? Because I can do it on no matter how like latent it is, I can block or roll. So that was like a calculation they made simply because they have no lag compensation, right? And that led to some oversights like the double iframe thing. Because the thing is that if I, let's say, you have a straight sword, just do like 2R1s, and I'm gonna reaction roll. Did you see that? I rolled through both R1s, even though I was like no longer in iframes. Alright, I rolled too soon. Oh wow. I rolled too, I didn't roll. Look at that, I rolled through both of them. Now how does that look on his screen? Let's look at that.
Yeah.
Too early. Here, quick step might be even better. So watch this. I'm gonna turn on my iframe viewer thing, so you guys can see this. So when I'm blue, I'm in iframes. Okay. Go again. See, I was not in iframes on that second hit.
Yeah.
Yet I'm still going through it simply because here, look at the, because I'm still on iframes at the moment the second hit comes out, and I avoid the first hit because I rolled it technically on my own screen, right? So it has a double effect. So the higher the latency, the stronger this effect is, and it can lead to things like this. Try spamming a dagger at me in a corner. And that's the unfortunate reality. And the latency isn't that even that high, yet with Quickstep it's able to do it, right? And the only reason previous games did not have this problem is because this effect was still there. It's just because the iframe amount in the animation versus the recovery frames was the ratio. It was like much smaller, bigger. Well, there's just less iframes, right, to go by. So this effect was, not as effective. But with DS3 and with Elden Ring coming out, these iframes are higher because of the just general game design. So this will still be a problem likely, right? So this really won't be gone until they fix do a proper netcode fix. But it's still playable, right? Unless you're fighting someone on really, really high latency, and literally all they're doing is, the moment you are remotely about to attack them, they just spam roll, right? Like, yeah, right? But still on our latency, as long as I'm not constantly quick-stepping, like, he can still catch me on some parts too, right? But it's still very unfortunate, right? However, there are still ways to counter it, and if your opponent, which most of the time are going to be interested in actually fighting you, then there are still ways to get around it because they want to get their attacks on you, and that's going to open them up to being hit by you, right? So, like, if we're just, like, here in neutral, right, then even though our latency will make our rolls really strong, we still need to roll at the right time, or else we can still be caught at certain points, right? And if we're quick-stepping, then, like, when are we going to quick-step? Are we going to quick-step all the time, or are we just going to quick-step when an attack comes in? But we could get hit before that even happens, right?
Neutral, the game works reasonably well at this latency.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people might get like setups that are overly strong, like For example, this one here is extremely strong on like on a dex build.
Yes,
I can just like
because
keep
it's
spamming.
it's the first hit sort of thing. The higher the latency,
Yeah,
the more first hits matter, right? Where you just because on high latency enough, it starts to make pseudo combos like cashing people out of rolls work less, right? So what's an example of something that, like, if I backstab you with this and then I do it on wake up, watch what happens. None of those caught you, even though that necessarily should be like a frame
very,
trap on wake up, right?
yeah.
But some frame traps will still work, right? It's just things generally get worse and worse as latency goes up. So the first hits start to matter more. Hits that are harder to react to, right? But there are still some true like frame traps, like we said. Like for example, if you catch someone reacting late to straight sword, you can still get something what people call a backswing on, which is basically just a frame trap, right? Basically, between the time they can react to the sword, they roll at that point, and then like before they can get to their next roll, they receive the hit, right? So yeah, just try to reaction roll this. I tried to dangle it. Play it? Because yeah, you gotta like even adjust it for latency. But see that? Try double rolling. See, you couldn't do that. Even though the absurd latency. You saw the thing with the quick step. Yet this works just because of the extremely specific timing on it. It hits him like the moment he gets out of iframes. I delayed it too much. I delayed it too much. Delayed it too much. There we go.
Yeah, the backswings are relatively reliable until you get to like 200 ms latency. When they get considerably harder, but they're still useful nonetheless if you know how to do them.
Okay.
Because you never know when people will underestimate you and not double roll. So this is extremely useful for you to know, especially using curved sword. You need to exploit that that sense of security that people have. So people often have this sense of safety when they're just spamming roll away from you, and you can exploit that to make them or
Yeah.
run out of stamina or feel safe being far enough, and then you hit them with phantom range, for example, and they get caught because they didn't double roll. So this is extremely important mind games for you to play well on latency. You need to work on that, on mind games,
Okay.
essentially.
So, how about we, what is it? Oh, hey, Sins. Let's, before we, like, start moving on into other things, let's let people ask some questions. So, do you guys still not understand a bit about phantom range? And there's, like, any questions as to, like, adjusting for it, or, you know, like, things you don't necessarily understand when it comes to it and stuff like that? Because yeah, I want to make sure you guys can sort of understand that, and that people watching this stream after can understand.
Let's see. Estelera is asking if it's both-sided.
Yes, it is both sided, unless like the connection is like someone's upload quality is extremely bad and their download quality is good. Then like only in those scenarios can it actually make like sort of one side in one way or whatever, or the vice versa. You know. Can you still reaction roll spells? Yes, you can, certainly, because, you know, when you roll on your screen, by the time it's about to hit you on your screen, you know. The only thing you cannot necessarily reaction roll is auxiliary effects, basically, or effects, like status effects things, right? I think you still technically take damage to your durability as well. It just prevents stun and actual damage, right? So, when he reaction rolls my dagger, or not my dagger. Yeah, you can't really reaction roll a dagger. Let's get this.
Yeah.
No, that's the wrong thing.
It's a bit harder.
Here, I'll go back to the other questions. But let's get the poison thing out of the way. See? he's still getting poison buildup on himself. So eventually, as this keeps happening... Oh, this poison buildup is bad. Are you almost there? There we go. See? He gets poisoned, right? And that's why people think poison is so good for fighting high latency players. And it would be the same with blood if blood, for some reason, didn't have this little problem. Here, let me get something with just faster. Oh wait, here, just spam maybe quick step into this.
Oh yeah, sure. Right, let's go.
And then tell me when you're like 99 build up, or like close to full.
It's gonna take a while. I can block it too, like until it gets high or something.
Oh yeah, just like how it goes through shields.
Yeah. Yeah, keep hitting me, bro. Keep hitting me. It decreases too fast. It's too
Yeah, that's
bad.
another thing I think blood has.
There we go.
Is it close?
Huh? No. Keep going.
Oh my god.
Keep
Okay,
yeah,
I think I might need Warden Twin Blades. Let's just get that. Warden Twin Blades. Cause damn. Yeah, that's another reason why blood is bad. We're gonna show you how, what is it, blood is bad, or against high latency, or not as good as poison, at least. So.
Oh shit.
How fast is it?
Alright, there we go, yeah.
Okay, so now just reaction roll this, okay? In my face.
Okay. Yeah.
See that? He didn't
That's
take any of the bleed damage because, unlike poison, it doesn't decrease your health like separate from actual normal damage. So you don't take any of it if you reaction roll it, right? You have to get a hit that they actually get stunned by, right? Actually get the damage. So that's the unfortunate thing about bleed. But let me go back to some of the questions. I understood it's just frustrating. Yeah, it's still going to be frustrating, but the more you learn it, the less frustrating it will be as you learn to use it. How to calculate or make a good estimate of where phantom range is the real body? It's sort of something you learn over time, right? Because as you just hit people or they hit you, you'll see how ridiculous the delay is, right, between things, or that backstab too. We'll go into backstabs later, but you'll notice that the delay, and then you'll have a good idea as you learn how much their phantom range is. And like I said, start off with rolling instead of assuming that you outspaced it when you feel that the latency is anywhere high. And then you'll sort of get a good idea about it. It's actually quite rare that you'll have someone that's low enough to where you can perfectly space their things, right? Where literally inches from the hitbox you can avoid it, right? Look at this. I'm gonna run away from this. Oh, sorry. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's pretty much what you're gonna find on Undead Arena, honestly.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to sort of adjust for it. Now let's go to another question. Highlight with punish against a straight sword while using a fast curve sword. Oh yeah, let me just show you. Basically what you want to do is like we said with the move-in thing. Let's say someone's just spamming straight sword. So to punish it without getting hit by the second R1, you want to move in basically as their weapon is actually, swinging through, right? Or is actually winding up. Because on his screen, he's already swung. So let's get the double perspective on this. So let me try with the whiff punish. Well, I got a trade there, but okay, I'm not ready. There you go. Okay, I got a trade there. Oh, it's so hard.
You're coming in too early. Actually, too late. You need to come earlier. Almost got that one. With PK, it's easier on this latency.
Sure, I could get PK.
You can get a PK, yeah. That's gonna be easier for you.
Well, that I avoided the second R1 because the second R1 already completed. What's better is if you're more lucky to find someone who will almost always just do 2 straight sword R1s. This is what you can do. So let me. It's easier to space and time it. Wait, I still failed. Go. Oh.
See. Oops, now I didn't do the second one.
I'm not spacing good enough with this. But the thing is, even if you get that, you actually still get the advantage because the second R1 is usually has less hit stun. So like, watch this. If we continue swinging out of that,
I can throw off. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a trade combo.
yeah, they'd even true combos, right? But the even if it doesn't true combo, I'll have priority. So like, watch this.
I almost got a hit there. He would win the priority. So basically, what you do when you do this is you reverse the aggression. Like this. I can't, even if I mash, I can't trade, I can't do anything besides rolling.
Yeah.
Or I get hit.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty useful too.
And that's the same thing with running attacks too, if you trade with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll try to... So you turn the aggression on them because the hit stun's weaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, on lower latencies, if the latency was a bit more tolerable, then you probably could reaction... Here, can you try and reaction punish my first R1? See if it's possible? Without getting hit by the second?
Let's see, let's see.
Or without even outspacing it, like...
No, I think I can. With CS I can, like,
Let's
almost
see.
100%. Here.
It seems like it's like under the reaction time.
Only if I do like, if I do the reverse spacing I can, but without it I can't. Definitely, like, let me see. Like, wait. There.
I didn't do a second R1.
Alright.
Yeah,
Man,
on this latency it
that's
seems
rough.
pretty hard, but so you'll want to usually, like, you want to differ between, like, predicting if they're going to do 2 R1s or just 1 R1, right? Or if they're going to delay it or something, right? Because, like, in the more high-level play, people are going to be doing this less, because it's less effective because of the thing we showed you before. Their first R1 will usually have priority if they're using a weapon that has that sort of stun, and most weapons do, right? They have superior stun on their first thing, right? So they're mostly going to avoid this unless they think that they can actually interrupt you without trading with the second R1. But yeah, that's going a bit too deep into like the meta things. Can you use the DLC sword and shield weapon? I forgot what it's called, but I believe you can block while swinging it. Yes. The thing with block is it's completely, what is it? Like the receiving end side, right? The same thing with rolling. So if I like block his attack like long after it happens, watch this. So just okay, let me see. Go. Oh, the freaking waggle. Oh my god.
Sorry. It's true, I forgot it.
See, like, look how he hit me on his screen. Here, I'm just looking. Like, get something more deliberate. Maybe like an ultra great sword. I'm gonna block it last second. Like, look at his screen with that. You should probably see how it actually did hit me on his screen, yet I blocked after the matter, right? You've probably seen this before with people, like, thinking they're so cool. Just, like, blocking your attacks last second, right? And that's the same with rolls. So, if your attack has block frames, then it doesn't matter what they see. It matters that you can protect yourself with it. What's another example? Probably, like, you know, poking out of... I don't have an S stock. I don't have an S stock, but I could drop myself one.
This here is pretty good example of that.
Oh, right. They wanted specifically... what is it called?
Valor Heart.
Valor Heart.
By the way, Kujo was asking like how it works, how the hyper armor works on latency. By the way.
Yeah, we'll get to that after the block thing because it's very similar to how blocking works. So just attack me. Just R1 and roll, okay?
Mhm.
Oh wait, I think there's a there's a little startup on it. Go. Attack me. Yeah, so if you attack too soon or attack too late, it will just make you do a normal block. But it actually has like I think 4 frames or something before it actually lets you block while attacking. So if I react fast enough. Yeah, I was using a glitch there that what is it? It basically it cancels your like animation the moment the weapon art could cancel, right? But normally that doesn't let you go into an animation instantly. So that glitch is just pretty infamous for basically allowing you to instantly block, especially because it's even better than being able to instantly roll. Because a roll, you know, actually has like more dedication, right? But yeah, um, that's why that glitch is so infamous. Now, how to calculate or make a good, or I already read that part. Does having worse upload normally benefit or detriment the player with it? So worse upload, I think it actually, you know, detriments because, what is it? Chinese players, for example. The reason why you may hear all the time that they have horrible connections is not because like Chinese players have actual horrible internet connections, because they don't. On average, I'm pretty sure the internet quality, like for just internet connections or internet plans in China, are better than the US, right? They rank higher on the world stage. The reason is because of the Great Firewall or something, like a Chinese player told me about this. They are limited, their download is limited from like overseas sources, basically, right? So if you're playing with a player outside of China, like from America, your download of their game, their like game state, when you're playing peer-to-peer with them, it's going to be reduced, right? It's going to be limited to like 10 kilobytes per second, be super packet lossy. So when you're fighting a player that's from China, what's going to happen is they're going to be able to upload all their data to you. When they hit you, they're going to be upload their hits to you. Okay, Bat. Here, let me just, like, if they're going to be able to do this to you, right? But when you hit them, your packets will randomly drop. They'll take 8 seconds to receive. And that's in, like, the worst case scenario. A lot of Chinese players that I know are actually able to have pretty decent connections because that like aren't packet lossy. They're still usually pretty latent because of the distance, but because they use these things called game boosters, which are basically like VPNs, but like specifically for the game, right? And it does the opposite effect that a VPN usually does by basically not limiting their download of your data, right? So like they actually won't be like that encounter I just described, right? They'll actually have they'll have proper download speeds with the other player, and it won't be super packet lossy and stuff. But they have to, and usually the good ones you actually have to pay for, right? But not all Chinese players can do that because not all people can afford to, you know, pay for these things. Okay, what's another question? What are good numbers for internet speed? Well, it's not entirely just internet speed. Like, it has to do with a lot of things, right? Like, you could technically have 2 megabyte, like, upload and download and have a great internet connection, assuming that it's a constant 2 megabyte upload and download, right? But in most cases, it usually dips, right, and stuff. So, like, if you have someone else using your internet connection and they download a video or whatever and takes up the bandwidth, then, you know, it's not like your thing is going to entirely prioritize that, right? And you might just not have enough thing for your game packets to directly get through. So it's not necessarily the download speed and upload speed, but having a better one can help. It also has to deal with, like, the network infrastructure, like if your ISP is handling it well, or if you're on Wi-Fi, is your connection with your router good? Is the network infrastructure between you and the other player good? There's a lot of factors that go into play, but getting something like ideally like above 50 megabytes and 50 megabytes upload and download is like the ideal, basically, right? To like minimize the chance that you'll have to deal with like any like just from, that's what my guess would be. But you can definitely deal with lower, you know, if you like have like everything, you don't have any like other obstacles. Another thing is just like the type. So like, I think most people have like regular cable, but I recently got fiber optics and I only have 100 up and 100 down, but that's like more than enough for things to be like 100% consistent. My last stream on YouTube had 0 frames dropped in 6 hours while doing 18 megabytes up right? So it's not necessarily even the speeds, but also the the infrastructure. And I'm guessing this new fiber is like, a whole lot more like high quality and stable and everything than, the other things. I am someone had a good question. Sorry, I'm reading chat. I already read that one. Yeah.
We can go to the hyper armor topic, I think, maybe. What do you think?
Frostbite is also good, way better because it causes slow stamina regen. Yeah, that's a good. But frostbite is just like a harder thing to get than poison, and it depends. Like on a quality build, you can use what is it? What's that sword called? Irithel straight sword, and then Irithel rapier. There's a lot of options. Why is there phantom blocking? Is there no phantom blocking? Because on their screen, DS3 is just not coded that way, where, like, if they're blocking on your screen, will it actually, like, it doesn't do that code on the other's end, right? Unlike how iframes work. Okay. So, I'm gonna follow, let me just catch up on chat, and then we'll try and move on to the hyper armor topic.
Yeah, I need to be right back just for a second.
All right. Yeah, Nine Rot. PvP, even though I think people at FromSoft, including Miyazaki especially, even though they have like a lot of interest in their PvP system, it's just not the main priority. It's like a sort of side thing that they wouldn't think, like it's not their top priority. So it's sort of like having a robust system for it, like unfortunately goes over their head, and it's kind of like really questionable things we're already looking at right now with no lag compensation and stuff, because they basically reuse the same netcode every time. But yeah, like that's just sort of the reality with them not putting enough effort into it, right? And I'm hoping with Elden Ring out, we can really, really push, right, and bring awareness to the issues with it, and actually get them to, possibly update and actually fix their netcode. Peer-to-peer also never shuts down. It kind of actually does because of, what is it? Like the Demon Soul server is shut down, and that's the thing is when you do peer-to-peer, you still need the servers, the matchmaking servers, to match the players, right? And to deliver the messages and stuff. But definitely, yeah, it's cheaper than running actual servers for the, like, actual game state to go between. Can you explain the problem where you hit someone and get the VFX sound and not the damage? Yeah, well, we explained that before, but just to get it, like, more out of the way. Basically, what's happening is the game, like, because just like the thing with Poison, it applies the effects, but there's something in the game's code that they did since Demon Souls, which basically says, like, oh, I'm still in iframes, the iframe flag is on, it stops at the point of applying damage and stun, but it doesn't stop at the point of, like, doing all the other things. So it must have been, like, a last second, like, oh shit, let's not let this break PvP by, like, adding this little code in. And it sort of just made the thing sort of awkward with these weird phantom hits and stuff, right? Why I sometimes get the animation of backstab, but I don't hit my opponent? What do you mean? That would have to be more specific.
I think he mean the backstab grab without connecting the backstab. This is an in-game feature actually, and it does not happen because of latency. You can get it on PvE as well. If I come here and
Here, let me walk out of it.
let's see, yeah, just walk out of it. Like if I come here and try to get a grab and he walk out of it, like now, you won't get the backstab basically.
Yeah.
Because the backstab is on three checks here, so it checks if my opponent. Oh, actually two checks, right, Amir?
So basically, what happens is I explained this in my Elden Ring History of Backstabs video. Basically, what happens is if I'm behind his back, if his character appears to be on his back, right, and I press the button, the R1 button, then it sees those conditions met, and then does this attempt animation, right? And the attempt animation is basically the thrust, like the pull back and then thrust, right? And that, without the actual thing validating, it will just continue in that animation. But the thing is, if it succeeds in the backstab by after sending to his game, like basically the request, and then it like tells me back that I got the backstab, then it will transfer us both into the animation. And it does things specially so that they actually sync. Sort of like, this is like the only case where there's actual lag compensation, because it makes it so on both ends the animation is in sync. Here, let me just show you both ends. Like, look at this. So look how our animations are not in sync, right? Where like, here, just turn around. How about you do this? Where like the moment I turn like this, I want you to turn around, okay? Oh, I didn't give you enough time. There.
There we go. One more time.
But like, notice how, you know, like our actions are out of sync, but then when we do the backstab, the game, just to make things look nice, syncs things up. Even though that's not truly, he's not actually in that part of the animation on his own screen at the same time. Right? So, like, that's like one of the few cases where it does kind of have lag compensation within the actual animation. But the validation is definitely not actually like a lag compensation necessarily. I don't know. I still don't completely understand the concept, so maybe I'm missing something. But you can watch the video. But basically, on higher latency, we can just get the subject finished with the backstabs. You gotta understand that, you know, like, it happens in the past. So like, just run up and try to backstab me, and I'm gonna walk out of it.
I'm sorry. Oh my god.
Here.
Alright. There you go.
See, like, he initiates. I can even like do this. Go. Oh, I turned back into it.
Yeah.
So, like, people will get confused because things like this will happen, right? Because they'll do stuff like this. Just watch when my, here, I'm going to hit you, and then just Q and R1 out of it, okay? Here, get actually stunned. Does that actually do a backstab out of it? Yeah, that does. So people get confused when stuff like this happens. Watch. Yeah, and they get backstabbed, right? I moved slightly out of range for that, but people get confused because they'll do stuff like this, and then they'll get backstabbed because of the delay, right? But it's just because I still have my back showing at that point of the screen, even though I turned around, right? So when it comes to that, when someone's trying to fish you, when someone's trying to get your back, you need to keep in mind that the moment you even turn, right, like you have your back showing anywhere, if they go to that position that was in the past, right, then they can actually grab that, right? And even if you turn back into it, you'll get grabbed out of it. So basically, you want to avoid retracing your own steps within like a small amount of time. So if I go like this, then that's a good way for me to get caught, right? If I just show my back like this and they go for it and I walk back into it, right? So let me, like, something like that could easily get me backstabbed, right? You'll see this in fishing battles here. We can like do a little fishing just to like demonstrate it, right? How it commonly happens.
Yeah, like that. Nice one.
I went back into it. Ring swap.
That one was lowish latency.
We should get Mockfell in here, you know, to get it more clear. Yeah, see that? My back was still there, like, and then I saw him going around me, so my character turned when I was doing the Estus, but then, you know, he caught it. So you just, when you, like, R1, you just want to sort of, like, if you see them fishing you, you're trying to fish me? Like, try to run around. Here, how about this? you want to just basically input your controller or keyboard and mouse away from their character. And you should get out of it most of the time. Although if they like roll backstab it, you may need to roll, right? If they get to it too quickly, right? But the higher the latency is, usually the more time you have, right? To actually move out of the way. And then you can do things like this. Here. Oh, I still got hit by that, but... Oh, yeah, there's a very good demonstration. Here, so run backstab it, like pivot. Here, I did that. You missed that one.
I missed that one too. My man.
I think I actually have to roll there. Yeah, I do. See, if it feels like they're getting too close before your recovery happens, you want to roll. But otherwise, you can literally walk out if they do it super late, right? And then you can even like punish their whiff backstab. Here, this will probably happen more with what is it? Something with better recovery like this. Like, look at that.
Yeah, there we go.
So that's why in the highest levels of PvP, backstabs are not actually really viable, like, at all, right? Unless they do a very clear opportunity, like using a Gundir's halberd. Like, usually only when people do stuff like that will they actually get backstabbed. Because backstabbing is a huge risk in high-level PvP, right?
With meta weapons, really.
With meta
like,
weapons.
Trying to backstab a straight sword. The S-Stock is an exception. I think it's very common that we will see S-Stock users get backstabbed. But
Yeah.
Outside of S-Stock, really any like meta weapon is really hard to backstab. Like, look at this moveset. Do you imagine yourself like running, like strafing that?
Yeah, and even then, your startup animation is likely to get interrupted too. That can happen. So let me try and like on reaction, like to me running forward, I want you to like R1 me, okay?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Oh, there I was able to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe trying with a slower startup, like a greatsword.
Let's see.
See, well, actually, that you got around the hitbox. Maybe on a lower latency would be more possible. Maybe give me more distance like this. See, I actually got the animation, and it did actually reach the hitbox, but still, like, and then that's another case. Oh, we backstabbed each other.
Yeah.
We got that on the split screen too. So we'll see. People will see how it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what happens when you backstab each other, right? But you saw there, like, how when I pivoted and I did the backstab attempt, the box, the capsule actually missed him. So that's another thing that can happen, right? Just like, and then you'll just be super frustrated because, you know, like if someone understands backstabs and then they try to avoid it, they can just seriously like chip you away completely. You know, fishing doesn't really become as viable, right? If someone understands it, like you really don't see it in high level PvP and like high level duels.
I see fishing as viable, but only on high latency, like very high latency. Then I see it being like a bit more viable.
It depends, because high latency benefits and it also loses, right? Because it loses in this, like you can't Estus punish me, right? Or maybe you can, it's just very tight.
Oh, on backstabs I can't. With backstab I can't. Like, let me see. Maybe if I go like at your side, let me see. Like this, yeah, there we go. But it's very hard to get.
What about
really
walking?
easy.
There's no way you're gonna catch my walking. But you could...
No, I think...
On very good latency, you could punish a walking with a backstab.
That's insane.
And like we saw with the greatsword, you can easily like walk out much earlier and punish it. Like just in general. Okay. So is that all we want to go? There's probably more questions about backstabs at the point. Double hits are related to latency or something else. Double hits I just think are related to the double hitbox, right? That's my theory. It could be something entirely different, but it seems to happen on things with multiple hitboxes. And they do the same thing, right? Like, when you do this, there is the shockwave, but the shockwave really only hits most of the time when they are not already hit by the main weapon or the shockwave, right? So the shockwave can't hit him if I've already hit him with the main weapon. So what that means basically is that I think if they hit on the same frame somehow, then they can actually both hit at the same time before they invalidate each other. And that's how I think double hits happen. But they happen so rarely. Although I do remember one time where I think on the split leaf, I literally hit Chase 3 times in a row. This was very early on when I didn't understand these things like at all. I literally like hit him 3 times with the split leaf hit. It was pretty crazy. Like, yeah, so that's how double hits happen as like I would assume. What kind of netcode changes to make PvP more enjoyable? Probably would be some rollback netcode stuff, and just there's a lot of ways, but I still don't understand it completely, and there's like drawbacks to a lot of the things I've theorized about.
Like,
so
let's be really honest. The problem with Dark Souls 3 PvP is not just the netcode. Like, there are other problems. Like this here in my hand is a huge problem. For example, like this is a pretty clear problem. This is also here a problem, unlike some people think. There are a shit ton of problems, guys. So yeah.
yeah, latency.
Also, this here, like this here is also a huge problem. Like,
here, just let's demonstrate.
it's just.
Here, do the funny roll catch chain.
Oh, here with this.
Yeah, try it. I don't know how good it would work on this latency.
No, it works well.
Yeah, like look at that. With a freaking dagger, you control someone like for that long, and they can't get away from it.
You can just like spam, and if you try to attack me,
I can't attack out of it.
Yeah.
Like if I try to perseverance too, I don't think it works. Like here, just double hit me.
Perseverance and like, if you perseverance and attack me, like.
Okay, let me heal, and then I'm gonna try to attack you.
I can just do this, and like, yeah, yo.
So yeah, there's other latency is not the only problem. Obviously, it assists in some things, like the roll issue and the quick step issue with latency, but it's there's a lot of like unbalances in general, and we'll likely see a few of them in Elden Ring. But I'm hoping, in general, they balance the weapons a bit better. Like so we at least wouldn't have like a murky or PKCS, but we'll see. So far from the curved sword we've seen, like the scimitar, it doesn't actually look that bad. Like the speed of it. Your whole new armored core will be the best Dark Souls experience. The matchmaking server can shut down, yeah. If they fix the netcode, could they very well have the best PvP of all Souls? Certainly. It will be hard to go back to to the previous games, probably.
Really, you think so? You really have hopes that the Elden Ring PvP is gonna be the best, Amir?
No, that person had the hopes. I don't think, it will immediately, and not even immediately. Like, it might literally be impossible with like the frickin' game engine. Like, they would have to change so much to make it, Game no good. Play DS2 best game, of course. Everyone, if they just fix the netcode, but I don't see how a netcode change would make latent connections stand anymore. Yeah. For certain, on 300 milliseconds, it's still gonna be 300 milliseconds. It's still not gonna be, oh, I accidentally hit Black Crystal. It's still gonna be 300 milliseconds. No matter how much lag compensation, it's still gonna be awkward, right? In some ways, right? Arguably, it might turn out that, like, lag compensation and stuff actually makes 300 milliseconds less bearable, right? You might get, like, situations with, like, unreactable greatsword or something like that, right? Because the moment you click R1 and they receive it, it skips in the animation to the point of the hitbox, or, like, just because of how high the latency is. So it could turn out that it would still make 300 milliseconds and, like, ridiculous amounts of latency not playable. So region locking is another thing, right? But still, it would be nicer if things were better, just to make things still fun if you played with your friends from, like Brazil.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they're just gonna revert and change the ER backstab setup. It's just too useless and overreaction to make the visuals. A grab animation that aligns the players would be better.
Right back in this real quick. I actually need to have dinner, but I'm delaying it because of the stream and stuff. But we're fine.
I'm confused. Are both the screens supposed to be synchronized at the same time? No, they're not. But like you can tell what happened, right? If I do one greatsword R1, you'll know that it's that particular greatsword R1 because you'll see the events happen like 3 seconds later. Okay, let me...
Again here.
It has happened to me that I get a hit from behind, he hits me and I don't hurt him. You will need to be more specific on that. Curve sword seems good, but not leagues above everything. It's possible reaction rolls. Yes, it's possible to reaction roll to curve sword. I'll do it right now. Maybe after 3 attempts, if my brain... Don't waggle. Bat, you here? Okay, I'll continue reading chat. Got video examples for double hits not being the same frame for both attacker and the one getting hit? Send me those. You think if the first part of checking damage would solve the murky problem? Double checking damage. I don't think so. The murky problem is that the first R1 of the murky actually has medium stun. It's not supposed to have that stun, but we believe it's due to a copying pasting problem from the shottle, which is a curved sword and not a dagger, right? Let me just show you these. And also with before Murky. Murky, I think, just has more optimal damage. Harp has been in the game since day 1, right? With this attribute. So we think it copied the attributes from Shottle because of the shape, the slash damage, and... like, look at that. So, yeah, that's the reason they think it was copy-pasted. So, yeah. What, I guess we'll move on to another subject, but I gotta wait for Bat to come back. Or you guys could start asking more, like, if you want a specific demonstration on, like, something you've seen. Something that feels like you don't understand. And the thing is, they have been doing PvP patches on their games, like the first 1 or 2 years. It's just they don't keep them up, and there's still some issues that I think don't get called out because people don't understand them. Like a lot of the things we learned that I've made videos about, people have not actually, like, you know, known about, or at least not publicized because, you know, they weren't able to get a big enough platform or whatever. And even then, if they did, then, you know, they didn't really get heard by FromSoft. Is there any viable kickflip pseudo combos? Not really. I guess you could, and if they aggress, do something like that, maybe?
That guy. What's up?
Welcome back. So, yeah, we were just chatting a bit while waiting for you. But we could get on to how trading works. This is one thing people are frustrated by because, like, people say, like, a straight sword is able to trade, like, consistently with a great sword or whatever. But people don't understand that exactly. So, the thing about trading is that, obviously, like, if you just R1, no matter how high your latency is, even if I have a dagger, watch what happens if you attack me with a straight sword, okay? And I try to, like, attack on reaction.
I need to get the controller here.
Hi, Donovan.
Dagger, right?
Yeah,
There
no,
we go.
yeah, I want you to get a straight sword.
What?
So, see, watch what happened there. Attack. I get interrupted, right? Like, it doesn't matter how laggy I am. It's because he's already hit me on his screen, right? And that means that in like a fraction of a second, like between the time of my reaction and the hit hitting me on my end and interrupting me, I'm not going to be able to get a hitbox, so I'm not going to be able to trade, right? So it doesn't magically make things like that, but what it does make things like is this, where basically, what was an absurd example, right? Like normally this has really weak stun, and if you attack with like a curve sword out of it, like out of being hit by this, you should have priority. But look what happens. Now, if any of you guys want to, you can put your sign down if you're in the northeast of Canada, and you should have really low latency to me, and we can demonstrate these things on low latency for a comparison. But yeah, this should not normally be possible. But how is it possible? Well, like, instead of hitting him instantly, this running attack is hitting him on a delay. So, instead of it being where, basically, I hit him, and then some time passes between like him being stunned and when he can attack, and when I hit him and when I can reach the hyper armor of my next attack, the latency basically adds time before he can get into his attack, right? Because it takes time for the connection to reach him, to tell him that he's been hit, and then that adds to the time that he's stunned, and then it adds to the total time to actually get into his attack. But while that connection is being sent to him, I literally progress my animation and am able to get into that. So that's basically how trading works, right? It delays them being stunned, and in that time, you can actually do like your own attack. So that leads to this. Now, you know, trading can still happen on low latency, it just happens less, right? Like, if it just appears that your weapon hit them like a fraction of a second before theirs did, usually, if it's low enough latency, then you're going to win the trade. You're not going to get stunned and they're going to get stunned, right? Like, there are obviously still things where you'll have absolute priority over, right? Like with the running R1 example, what's something I wouldn't gain priority on? What's something super slow?
If I running R1, you win R1, I win the priority.
Go.
The priority is better, so
yeah.
Like this,
in that case,
for example.
I don't think on low latency, actually, I don't think you get priority at all from that. I think it's a trade usually.
Oh really? You think so? I don't think so.
No, I think so, because people don't like talk about that as being the one that has priority. They talk about this one as one as having priority. Like that one is like, even on 0 ping, you're gonna win this. It's just because the time between this last hit hitting them on the running to your follow-up hit, your follow-up attack, it's so small that they cannot get like any attack out. Maybe they can purse or something, but they can't like actually hit you. Then double hit example to me on Discord. Thank you. Hey, I live in Quebec. Can I join? Have low latency? Yes, you can, Ralph. Well, I just showed the password there, but what is it? Feel free to put your sign down with that password and tell me your in-game name. Oh, you reset your datas? Aw. Is anybody else?
Ref.
Hey, Hemo.
Ref living in Quebec.
Yeah, but he, reset his save data, unfortunately. If anybody else has low ping to me, like Northeast Canada, that would be great. Are you able to parry that last hit? No, you couldn't even parry it. Because I guess we could get on to parries briefly here, but the thing with parries is they are all the receiving, like the person attacking end, right? So even if something should be reaction parryable, like get out a one-handed greatsword and just attack me, like that would have parried on low latency. But let's look at his end. Transition. Now, just do it once so people don't get confused. Now let's see what it looks like on his end.
Check this.
Yep. Like, what is it? Long after his weapon actually swung through me, I did the parry. That's how it works. Basically, I need to do it. I need to adjust for the latency and do it before he actually swings on my end, right? So he actually does receive it at the point his weapon hits me. It's completely the person receiving the parries, like on their screen. That's how it works. Yeah. So if you're not going to do it on reaction with like me and Bat's latency, like North America to Brazil. What you're gonna want to do is basically do it on prediction most of the time, unless it's something that's really long, like a charged attack, and you know they're gonna do a full charge. Like, do a full charge. Oh, yeah, like that has a million parry frames, right? So I'm gonna get hit by the first few frames. I'm not gonna stop those because they already happened, basically, but I am still gonna parry it. Now try an actual charge attack on a greatsword.
Let me see here. A shard attack like a Star Wars one?
Like this one.
Oh, okay. Alright, let's see. This one has few actual frames, right?
But you saw how early I did it, but you see now on his screen, when he does it, it actually happens at the right time. So most parries you're going to want to do are going to be on prediction, unless they're against something like the gun to your charge weapon aren't. But even then, parries are risky due to, you know, them being able to do things like this. They can turn the attack. And, like, you'd be surprised how, like, parries can just randomly fail. So, just parries in general are something I think you should learn later. They're not, like, a winning strategy, right? They're, like, a sort of thing that you can, like, you know, G9 recently realized that he went back and looked at a lot of the clips where he's died against ganks, right? Like, tough ganks. And most of the time, it's been after a parry. There's a couple reasons for that. Watch what happens when I fail a reaction parry against, what is it? Go. I'm not doing it at the right time. Go. Look at that. I can't roll. All my stamina's gone, right? Even if it doesn't stun me, I can't roll because it nukes my stam. Obviously, you can use a parry shield for that, but the thing about that is it loses the advantages of the Cestus, and you still lose a lot of stam.
And it's slower too, to parry. So
Yeah.
its parry is...
I'm doing it too early.
Slower.
Go. The first few frames of a parry has block frames, except for a few, like the Parrying Greatsword. So the thing is, on like Cestus and Demon Fists, any like fist or claw weapon that has a parry, it has 0 stability. So like everything does huge stam damage to it. Anything like a greatsword or a glaive is gonna, or even a halberd is gonna completely destroy your stamina. So that's what you got to take into account. So it's basically free damage, and they can even true combo you afterwards. So it's a very risky play to make, right? One that you would only really do on prediction. For example, one way you can actually do a prediction is if they start to do a constant pattern, right? If they do, like, get out a parry tool. He's not going to be able to do that on reaction. But if I do it at a constant pattern, or one that's pretty predictable, then, you know, they'll be able to prediction parry you, right? Or if you, like, there's things called macros that people do. Like, macro is not, I'm not talking about, like, mouse macros or, like, keyboard macros or whatever, like the computer ones. I'm talking about things like this, right? Where someone might go, right? If they do stuff like that consistently, or often, you can make a prediction off of that. Or like this. Like, or just something like that, you know, if they running R1, then you can make a prediction off of that. But because of the thing we talked about with trading, he's not actually going to be able to get to his parry frames on time. So that's another thing you got to take into account. And from that, we can actually branch into Chima's question. I have a lot of issues parrying after 2 hits from, let's say, a straight sword. I cannot get the follow-up parry. Now, the thing is, at a certain latency, that stops working. And it's because of the stun issues we explained earlier. So let's look at what it looks like on his screen if I try to do a parry after getting 2 hits, right?
Parry?
So
You
just
want me
do
to film, right?
with a straight sword. And I'm
Alright.
going to try and parry you on the 3rd.
Yeah, you definitely cannot do that. Yeah.
See that? By the time that I actually get out of the 2nd stun, which is very weak, and do my parry, he's already completed his 3rd hit, right? And by the time he receives my parry, like, yeah, he's finished his hit, so it's not going to parry him. It looks like on my screen that it should parry, but like we explained earlier, it completely matters what it looks like on his end. So that's what you got to take into account. At a certain amount of latency, if it's delays like this after hitting them, then you're going to not want to try and do parries like that. But what you can do is what people call 2nd hit parries. Now, the trick with this is basically skipping the stun problem by basically parrying when it appears, when you actually receive the hit of the first parry, of the first attack, and then it carries over on their screen to the 2nd attack. So let me try it. I failed. Is it possible?
Not sure if it's possible at this latency. I think it's too low. Let's find out.
Yeah, it might be
It's
too low.
I think. Pretty sure it's too low.
What about at a distance? Like, you could also do it at a distance if that person's way too telegraphed. Like, just do 2R1s. Do it again. Again.
There we go.
Yeah, you can do that. But if they stun you, on our latency, it seems like there's no way to get that, right? But if the latency was a bit higher, I could do that 2nd hit parry. And actually, I think there's something you can. There's some other setups or other timings you can learn. But generally, I don't do 2nd hit parries. I usually don't do parries in general, unless I'm in a very weird mood. I'm looking to, you know, screw myself. So try, you have RKCS? Yeah.
Yeah.
Try, just do the weapon art. I'm going to be moving to your side, and then I'm going to do a 2nd hit parry. Just do the weapon art. And you see what I did there is because it wouldn't actually land if I did it and I was in the middle. I don't think. Maybe it would, but I remember this specific latency where it didn't work. Do it? Yeah, see, it doesn't work. Because the time he receives it before he actually gets to the 2nd swing, which is no bueno. So I want to do it as late as possible to actually get it to have enough delay. So I do it the last possible time I could by being on his side, and I block the actual swing. Aw. It seems to be very...
It seems to be very inconsistent. Yeah. Inconsistent.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. It's useful though on invasions. Now the thing with parries is when you get like a guy with a lot of health and like a chaos build doing this on your front and then one-shotting you.
Yeah.
This is when you really need to learn how to mix up. Personally, Accordion is my personal favorite against these types of people.
Because this is...
Yeah, because of the weapon art, it's unparryable. Or Split Leaf that also has this unpunishable and unparryable weapon art. Extremely good. These kinds of weapons, they help a lot against these ganks, guys. Even on high latency, when you cannot punish them at all.
They're definitely helpful, but also it works. Just understanding how things work on lower latency is, or not on lower latency, just in general is helpful. So for example, when I hit someone with this, it's gonna true combo and they can't parry out of it. The stun is too strong. And the same thing with 3R1s. Oh, not if you block it, right? If they block it, then you probably want to back away because they are gonna be able to parry it, right? But if I hit you, you can't parry out of the 3rd one you're not even going to reach that cancel window, I don't think, right? The reason why true combos even work on, on latency is because you're sending the packets, like, even though they're delayed, they're being sent in, like, with the same delay between each other.
Right? Like the same rhythm.
Yeah, rhythm.
Way, right?
So, like, the delay between the two on high latency versus low latency is the same, so the true combo works. The only thing that... Oh, that was... Yeah, there's a weird cancel window, specifically on the heavy stun from behind. Oh. But, yeah, so the only thing it affects with true combos on latency is reaction comboing. So, for example, what's something that barely combos? Probably this. Like, if I wait for you to be stunned... Like, let me hit you... Just roll out of the first stun, okay? See, I waited to see that you stunned, and that actually made me miss my true combo. So, when it comes to true comboing on high latency, you're not always going to be able to do it on reaction. Some are fast enough. Like, the first stun is very strong, so I can actually wait to see that he's stunned and do that, but not everything you're going to be able to. So you just got to see, just from his previous movements, is he going to actually reaction roll it, or is he going to get caught? I'm going to guess he got caught. And he hasn't rolled so far, and, you know, it looks like it's going to combo. So I'm just going to press the R1 a second time, and it's not, you know, not too risky. So, like, if I do this, like, it didn't seem like you were going to roll, so, you know. But if it looks like you're trying to reaction roll, then I might actually wait, because I'm not sure, right? That you're actually going to get caught by it. So true combos still work the same. It's just the being able to reaction continue them. Yeah, he tried to do something weird out of that, but he could have rolled it. What is it? Played some dudes with 30 ms ping, was able to reaction parry straight swords, and it was amazing. Yes. You're a bit quiet, Amir. Let me turn it up.
Much ping. We have 180 ping, floating to around 200, but it's consistent 180, 190 ping. Sometimes it floats to 200 because of the stream, obviously. Most likely, actually, because.
What's the stamina drain on a parry dagger?
14 stability. J0 answered that. Great.
Good. No bueno. How much ping? Yeah, okay, you answered that. Okay, so that's basically how parries work. So, like, just to, like he explained, like, some weapons that have unparryable options are good. But on top of that, you want to do the parryable options when there's an opening. So when you're stunned by this, I know I can do that because there's no way that you can make the parry appear on my screen in time unless you're cheating, right? Like, if you just try to parry out of that with the cestus out for being stunned, like, I know I can even delay it and not get parried. Like, I can... There's no way you can get to that in time because, you know, the stun is long enough, right? It's just from neutral that it's really risky. And then out of really weak stuns as well. So if I do this, then it's risky. Like, just get hit by that and parry. But the thing with light stun is its stun time is, like, basically human reaction time. So that's why people think this is a true combo. Even though it's not. He can roll out of that. It's just, when people don't expect to get hit by it, they're not able to reaction roll the second one. Because they're like, what? I got hit, and they're already hit by the second one. So they usually roll after that. So people usually don't roll roll at various times after, like, getting hit by a dagger, right? Like, if they want to instantly roll out of it, they literally need to, like, perfectly time their input. Like, do you have a dagger real quick?
Yeah, I have one. Give me a second.
So just hit me once. Like, you see how fast I can roll out of it, but it's only when I'm ready for it. See, I got hit by that because I was not ready for those R1, so I got hit by 2. Especially with rolling being, on release and not on press. And then another thing is attacking out of light hit stun. For example, what's a good example? Do you have... no, you probably do have priority on a running R1. But, like, the thing about light stun is that people don't usually do the action out of it as fast as they can. Like, just do a running R1 and let me see how fast I cancel out of it. Like, people usually don't do it that fast. They do it like this. Do a running R1. See that delay?
Yeah.
It's because the first few frames, you can't even input on a stun animation, right? So you literally got to like perfectly input if you want to actually get like the earliest roll or the earliest attack you want. So that's important to take into account. So that's why people won't usually get parries on you out of like dagger spam. But they can, even on high latency. So you want to be really risky. It most often happens with like second hit parries. So try to second hit parry this. Yeah, like sometimes that will happen. That's why I don't usually like to try and parry, dagger spam, because it's like, really unpredictable. But yeah, that can happen, and then you can get one shot if it's like a chaos dagger host or something. So you want to be careful with just spamming away with your dagger. But there are conditions where, like another thing you can do if the host isn't too high latency, I think you can reaction punish their parry. So like just press R1 on reaction to the parry. Nope, you can't reaction punish this on our latency. But on low enough latency you can.
Yeah, I definitely cannot like punish them. I can't punish your roll though.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing. Is that since they're
This is
stuck in the roll on your screen, even if like literally by the time you press attack they're already in their parry, it won't matter because you're hitting them on your screen when they're in the roll. And by the time they get to the parry, they're just going to be receiving the damage. Okay? So like try Amir, do you think that changing rolling to on press instead of release would make fast weapons weaker? Probably, yeah. But they don't have a setting for that. And people have told me I can like do some sort of like macro trick to do that or whatever, but I haven't because I think it's sort of like cheating, right? It basically makes my rolls like quick step press. It's such a huge difference to rolling on release. Help visualize poise meter? I would have to do a separate mod for that or whatever. I have a video on it, but it's not exactly like a poise meter, but it still is a visualization. Did I go too high on the volume? Oh shit. Oh no. Is it that bad? Okay. Is it better? Is there anybody who offered from northeast? Who? Shadow. Okay.
Shadow.
Use this password and put your sign down here. EFDGJ. But yeah, so like when somebody like you're fighting that is, trying to parry you like with all their might, when they roll, that's a good time to press R1, unless you're doing a very, very slow attack, right? Like maybe this would not be a good idea, just because of how long it takes. But generally, your standard R1, they should not be able to parry it right in time. Also, a greatsword is another good tool against parries. Basically, heavier weapons, even if they are still parryable, usually it's only like the first frame of the hitbox or even before the first frame of the hitbox so that you can get parried. So you can easily just make it so you have a bit of distance to them and you won't be parryable because they have to literally be in your face and you need to be facing them. So you can do stuff like this, you can do like this, or oh my god, to avoid it, right? And it's kind of fair because it's like a bigger, slower weapon, right? Usually people, when they're fishing for parries, basically they'll use like a fast weapon like a straight sword paired with like a cestus, right? You've probably seen it a lot, especially with the dagger soft swap. Then like with another example of something that doesn't have too many parryable frames is this, right? When you do it like this and you're not actually being parried at the hilt in front, it's basically guaranteed that you're not going to get punished. And just like with a greatsword, if he fails a parry, he's gonna, and he actually blocks it, he's gonna lose all his stam. So I can do this. Here, try to block it with the parry. Oh, there we got it. Here, we'll let you refill stam. You can basically guarantee all that damage off of it because he's out of stam and he can't roll, right? So it's a big punishment for it. Although if they're using a small shield, then they give up that. But one thing you can attempt more against it is backstabs, actually. Although they can still walk out of it, right? But usually if they're doing this setup, they're usually not smart enough for that. And they'll usually try R1ing out of it. Although sometimes they still will walk out of it or roll out of it out of panic. So you still got to watch out for it. But backstabs are a good tool against it. Although there still is parrying shields. So like bucklers. And that's something you got to watch out for because they actually do have tracking. I saw Painted actually on Twitch. Like he tried to backstab this and he just did it again. And he got a parry on him. To try to backstab? Well, yeah, you'll still get it, but like some very specific spacing, it will do that sometimes. Like, oh damn, I went back into it. Let me see if I can get it.
Go back.
I did that on prediction.
Wait.
I walked back into it too much.
Yeah, I'm pulling it you back basically. I'm gonna get a longer weapon here. Maybe with this you can. Let's find out.
Oh, right, because of the double thing.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that will happen too. A neutral R1 might play instead, and then... So you gotta really watch out with parries. But ironically, parries are not too much viable, right? Unless you're solo hosting in Pontiff with the host health advantage. So you can't be one-shot, but they can. Try to parry Great Axe from max range? Yeah, Great Axe is another good example. I can't exactly... I don't have the recs for it, ironically. I could two-hand it, but that would make it unparryable completely. But yeah, you gotta be like point blank to parry it. And even then, yeah, you can't do it on reaction. So let me just... Either way, it's a huge punishment.
Yeah. I'm even trying on prediction and I can't.
Yeah, it's a really risky thing to try and parry. But like, basically parries, their place in the game is not as like a viable like tactic for aggression really, but like as a punishment for over aggression, right? So, or careless play. Let's say you're doing this, and then he get out a straight sword, and then basically as I'm pressuring you with this, like try to punish my over aggression with a rolling attack, okay? After I like hit you. Keep doing it. You know, like careless play is what it punishes, right? Like you may have seen, I've seen a lot of Phantoms at the Ring City do this, right? Where they basically have a parry tool in their soft swap, so when you do a Gundyr charge or something, or are clearly going for like a very, what is it, telegraphed attack, then they'll pull out their parry tool and parry you, right? And that's a pretty good way to use it. Instead of just trying to go for, you know, like this. Like this just makes you look very silly. You know, to replicate that weird faceplant animation when someone gets riposted? Not sure. But yeah. Shadow? I don't know if Shadow's still here. Pulling the sign in
Why
from it.
will someone? Why will someone Shadow? Also, I can like contact him on Discord. I think.
Hmm?
I can ping him on Discord.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I have his Discord. Yeah, he has the game open. I think he's coming. I'll be
Nice.
right back again, real quick.
Alright. After, when he gets back, I think I have a plan for what we could, for something we could do. Just some more examples of, like, knowing when you can, let's say, whiff punish a running attack on a curve rate sword. Oh yeah, ultras could have parries in DS2, right? I think I remember that. It's like this big, like, side slash. Actually, you know what we could do? We could literally just, um, do an exercise that you guys could do as well, right? We could go through, like, how to punish all these weapons, like, on reaction. All the ones that you can, or sort of like whiff punish, like the spam. And, like, show how you can, on latency, either choose to roll, know when to roll, and then when you can actually move into whiff punish. And we'll demonstrate with a straight sword. And then we can even move to other weapons if they are fitting. Can I say Stanima once before you leave? Sure. Don't even think you have summon limit on? Let me check. Maybe I need... Yeah, I do. Shadow. Okay. Great. And while we're waiting for Bat to come back, let's demonstrate a few things with Shadow. So if Shadow has an ultra great sword, I would like him... Here, let me switch back to main... I want him to do an ultra greatsword attack, and I'm going to show how, unlike on me and Bat's latency, I can actually move on reaction out of the attack. And then, well, so I have like 48 ping with Shadow. Okay, go. Go. Nope. Oh, that feels so good. Woof. Yeah, see, even with that latency, it can still happen, right? Especially if it's on the edge. So you really need to gauge it. Yep, still gonna happen. Yeah, you step forward, so... Oh, yep, see, I can do it there.
Yo, I'm back.
Yeah, so, like, let's see if I can guess every time if I need to roll or... I need to roll there. I can move. Roll. No, I needed to roll. Oh, yeah, I was in the corner. So we got Shadow in here, and we're just demonstrating, like, discerning needing to roll or if we can move. Definitely move out of that. Move. Move. Roll. A move. I mean, I meant to say roll. You saw it. I said it like in a rush. Yeah, I felt like I needed to roll there.
What are you guys
Move.
doing?
I'm just demonstrating like how on our latency how it's easier to actually move and how you can move out of some attacks like on reaction. Here. Oh, hey! Don't bully him. We're doing a test right now.
I think we should go back to the priorities.
Yeah. Here, and then we can go back to, what is it? We can go to this spacing exercise I came up with that we could test. But let's just, if we're going back onto space priorities, let's test with Shadow real quick. So get out a Curve Sword, Shadow, and I want you to hit me out of this attack, okay? Out of getting hit by the running R1. And you use a Curve Sword, yes. Wait, I hit you late, I think. Yeah, look at that, look at that. He has complete priority there. If he hits it fast enough, and I don't get like an early hit on it. Oh, sorry, I didn't, I rolled instead. Yeah, but you see, like, he's able to hit me much earlier, right? Mm-hmm. And actually, I don't think he has priority if he does a running attack into me. Like, wait, so let's test that real quickly. Do a running attack R1. We trade. What about that? Let's try it with Shadow.
You lose its priority, right?
Yeah, you want to attack out of it, Shadow. Oh, wait. Did I not do it fast enough? Yeah, see, I can actually win the trade there. I can actually hit him early enough. So you see there, where the higher latency gives me the trade advantage. Because basically, he gets stunned earlier when I hit him than when I hit Shadow, he realizes it and like actually gets stunned earlier and then is able to actually get into his attack quicker than Bat would, right? Because of the larger delay over the network. So, was there anything else you wanted to go into trading, Bat?
Yeah, I think it is interesting to mention hyper armor. It is very important to mention how the hyper armor may seem to actually start faster. Can you show them my perspective real quick?
Yes. So let's show the double perspective, and we're gonna demonstrate real quickly how like it may seem like. So just on what is it? What's a good example? Here, I'm gonna throw this and do an R1, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to attack me after I do the throwing knife, okay?
Sure. Like this should have interrupted him. If we were like on 0 latency.
Take a look at that.
That will definitely, yeah.
Yeah, like see, it hit me at the beginning of my attack, and the latency can be so absurd sometimes that like literally like the latency starts before like their animation, you know, and it can be pretty frustrating.
Like, yeah.
But then at the same time,
yeah, sure.
You'll realize or you'll see some pretty weird things where you'll like hit them before. Like, wait, I'm trying to think of these scenarios. Like, they actually reach hyper armor, but they get interrupted anyway. This is because, since you hit them, it needs to reach them and then receive back for their animation to actually change. So their animation actually interrupted half of the latency ago, right? So if it's like 180 milliseconds, then 90 milliseconds ago, their animation was interrupted. You're just seeing, you know, so that way, you know, they can actually get into the hyper armor without actually using it. Like, let's put on the... I'm gonna switch back. Or I don't know if I need to switch back. I'll just turn on the hyper armor viewer. Voice display. Right? So, what I want you to do is, I'm just gonna try and... What's a slow hyper armor attack? Maybe R2 on an ultra greatsword or an ultra weapon? Let me see if I can reaction... Like... Fully charge it, okay?
Okay, okay.
Alright, well, not ready.
Alright.
Full charge it. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Wait.
Do it again. Here, let me use a straight sword. Hi, can I actually do that on reaction? Wow.
Yeah, I think you can. I mean, it's a little risky if you take into account here, but in a real combat, it will be a bit risky, but...
Yeah. But that wouldn't work with, what is it? Shadow.
I think it would then, actually. Let's see, let's find out.
Fully charge?
Yeah, he would get interrupted instead.
Yeah. So it feels like they're getting into it sooner. You'll notice that, like, the point that he actually appears blue, I think, is actually when the hit is registers on his end. So that, you know, can actually provide an explanation. But sometimes he can reach blue and will actually get interrupted anyway, because he actually did not reach that point on his screen. Which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, on some occasions you can actually, like, get hit, like, you can trade, especially with halberds, you will see that happening. When you hit the guy, but because of latency, his hit comes later. So he's gonna hit you after your hyper armor were over.
Oh!
So you get interrupted.
Yeah, this is what we wanted to talk about with, like, hyper armor. So, like, what is it? Let's try and... Here, let's try and trade, like, this way. Here, what's, like, a really delayed, maybe this? Nah, but that will break your hit stun. Maybe an R2?
Almost.
I think the hyper armor is too strong. What's an example where the hyper armor doesn't last as long? Maybe, like, try charging it.
Almost.
No. No, I can't do it without interrupting you.
It's just, the latency is
It's
just,
too low.
It's too low.
Yeah, you need a higher latency player, like a Malaysian player or a Australian player to do that.
Yeah.
Or the hyper armor we need to use a, like, shorter hyper armor attack. Like, I think it ends earlier on this one, maybe. You have a
Really,
curved
you
great
think
sword?
so? I can actually try to be the straight sword then. Let's see.
Here.
Let's see.
Do throw a knife and do it. Here, I'm not doing it immediately. Oh, sorry.
No, bro. Right, throw there, bro.
Like, I'm interrupting you before you can do it.
Yeah,
But
I'm reaching the limit here.
If the latency is high enough, what you'll see happen is your hyper armor weapon hits them, right? But they don't get stunned because of the delay. They go into the animation and swing at your character. You take the stun since you've gotten into the recovery frames, and then they get stunned. So it feels like, you know, they're actually, you know, what is it? Have, like, hyper armor on their weapon almost or something. It's some weird delay. It feels awful. But at the same time, you'll realize that if you do it early enough and then they swing too early, then they'll actually, like, reach their attack frames and then it will cancel, right? It like won't actually hit you even if the hitbox appeared on your screen. Like, this probably happens a lot with trades. Oh.
Do you want to show them the trade deck, priority deck?
I don't know. It's like, it's sort of just like abusing the logic of it by like doing your attack at the last part possible, right? So, you know, that you receive, they're in their hit for longer. They receive their hit like as late as possible, and therefore you get like the least sort of like end lag with it. Like, because you're going to receive their hit at the same time when they choose to hit. So if you can sort of delay it as much as possible before you get stunned, you can sort of get like priority there. So if you want to test it with the running R1 thing, like I think it was this.
Wait, cool. Like he
Almost.
work. Very sad.
Okay, let me turn off the poise thing because it's irrelevant. Oh, I didn't trade out of it. Oops.
Ow. Oh, I thought it was.
You did it too
like
late.
1 frame away. Oh.
See, he gets priority
Yeah,
from
there we
that.
go. Yeah.
Because he delayed
You
it
can get
as
priority.
late as possible as the game would allow before he would actually get interrupted, right? So basically, the moment his hitbox comes out and hits me, he gets interrupted, and that allows him to, you know, exit the stun earlier, right? Because he gets the stun earlier. Some pretty high level tech.
Priority. Yeah, that's some try hard tech right there.
Anyways, let's do something more easy to understand. So we're going to go back to main screen, and we're going to do a spacing exercise. So basically what we're going to do is I'm going to use a moderate length straight sword, the left right straight sword, and just show you from weapon to weapon. We'll start with heavier weapons like the glaives and whatever, how you can space and punish them, right? Without like being subject to, like, let's just say their second or one. So go.
Want me to everyone on you?
Yeah, and if I can't space it, then I'll roll. Yeah, I have to roll that one. I have to roll that one. I have to roll that one. I don't have to roll this one. See that? And I can move. I can close in. I have to roll that one. I have to roll that one too. I definitely have to roll any of the ones here. Roll. Oh, I don't have to roll that one. I didn't move in enough though. I have to roll that one. Running attack has so much range on latency. At least it feels like it. But it practically does on your end. I have to roll that one? Or maybe I don't, huh? Gun deer. Okay. Oh, I could have punished that one. Oh. So you see there, I was able to move into the hitbox when it already occurred, like we explained earlier. Because on his screen, it already finished. So, I can actually move in. And force him to roll at least. Can I do it on... I don't think I can, like, punish you on reaction. I think there's a way.
The Gundir
While also
charge, I'm
moving in.
pretty sure you can.
Not the Gundir charge, but the halberd hit.
Oh.
Like, on our latency, I don't think it's possible to move in and punish it.
With PKCS, I think you can. Without PKCS, I think it's...
Let me
it would
see.
be rough. Yeah, you try to do that. You almost surely can.
But, like, in between that and the second R1, or, like, rolling? Try rolling. Sorry.
Got hit there.
Oh my god. I accidentally released the...
Yeah, maybe it is a bit too hard because Gundir is
Let
the
me
one with
regular
most
moving.
range.
I'll try, like, doing the back. Oh, you did a Gundir charge, not a roll.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
trying
I'm
to
still in
not
range.
roll because I'm not even counting that you will manage to hit me with that. Let me see. Like this. This was a nice punish though. Like I think I could have roll out. Yeah.
Like, you
I can
see
roll out.
how just that little amount of range
Yeah, you see.
puts you, like, unable to be hit, and then...
Mm.
I was already in range. That was way too far away. Yeah, that was gonna hit. See how I realized the last hit was gonna reach me? That's not gonna hit if he does not.
It's fun.
Back.
Like I like this matchup.
Yeah.
Dundee versus PKCS is fun. Other thing is reaction backstabs are a bit risky to get like to get punished because of that.
I didn't
because
move
of
it
the
enough.
latency.
Okay, let me. There we go.
Oh, nice.
That was
Yeah,
a really
nice
good one, right? You
That
just
was a
gotta
very
like
good
sort of
one.
conquer your fear for like moving in, because if you're not gonna be hit, if you're out of range to be hit, then you can move in like pretty like safely, right? Like near the wall the swing's coming down. Not here. Corner. Go.
Yeah, this is pretty much the way you play around hyper armor weapons with faster ones.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to do it too late, because if you do a second R1, you might, and I do it too late. Like, if I move in too late to punish it,
Like
see, I'll
this.
still get, yeah. So you want to play carefully. Oh. Like, I think especially against the glaive, because you know what the glaive can do. Like, with this. Like, if you try and, like, block with a dagger, like a shield and dagger. Oh, apparently you can, but not like
Yeah,
with
I
this, not with the straight sword. I don't think. Oh, maybe with that, but like I'm talking about, because this is better than just spamming with this. Well, not in the dagger scenario, but with like others, because you know this grants much more damage than just hitting with this because of the weaker stun.
Nope. There we go.
Okay, so let's go back to the spacing thing. So we sort of showed what you can do against the glaive, right? You can basically pressure them by moving in when you know you have space, and the other times where you don't have space, you just roll. Kind of can move in there. Yeah, there we go. And you'll see they'll try to space it too, but if they don't understand it, right, or, you know, they just fail, then catch them. But you won't catch them if you do it as if they were low latency, right? Where you don't move through the hitbox. Okay, now let's move on. Try Greatsword.
You can punish there once fairly easily on this latency.
Yeah.
The things get messy with great swords on 300 ms and above. Like it gets really
Oh, yeah.
dangerous.
The thing you gotta also watch out for Greatswords is that their second R1, if you move in too much, like, and you try to, like, do a punish, like, it will come out too fast. Like, the hyper armor will come out too fast. So if I try to, like, punish your R1, just do an R1, R1. Yeah. But what you can do, because the second R1 has less range, is outspace it if you have a long enough weapon. So just do an R1, R1. Oh, I did it too early. Or I went in too close. Yeah, see, I gotta roll that one. I didn't space it properly enough. Can I roll it? Do it. Oh, shit. Yeah, you want to roll that. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
good range.
great sword is just cancerous. We can practice with this one.
Oh, I could have rolled it there. I just didn't. If you happen to, like, get in... Sometimes if your weapon has low enough recovery and you happen to actually get in there super fast, you can actually R1 and then roll away without getting hit by the second R1.
CS especially can do it pretty well.
Like that. Yeah,
Perfect
CS or
off
dagger.
all of them, yeah.
Or even katana. Let's see.
I don't think Katana can do it. Like, maybe not, I'm not sure.
It's probably less likely, but I could imagine with very specific... Here, let me try. Just Let's set it up by like literally doing it from a standstill. Alright, I messed it up. Yep, it can. But it's pretty tight. And then, but the better way is simply to use the range. So like basically, yeah, do the second R1 thing, but from this. See that? His second R1 like flew past me. Even on this latency. Okay, I think we did a good enough with the Great Sword. Now, like, I guess we could do the same test with Shadow, just to show you how it changes, right?
Sure, sure.
So yeah, just try to, like, you know, pressure me with a Great Sword, and I have to determine if I'm gonna roll or, you know. I guess we could do that too, but it's gonna be really, really easy. I had to roll that. Didn't have to roll that. Didn't have to roll that. Have to roll that. That's another thing too. What is it? Bat, could you come down here and pull out an Ultra Greatsword? I want to show him a bit of like we talked with Strafing from earlier with the running attack. Like just with the you need to like basically strafe in advance, right? Or roll. Like if you can't, if it's too late, it's too late. You're gonna be hit by the projectile or the, you know, like thing you can strafe, like a vertical attack or thrust attack. So you're gonna want to roll if that's the case. However, if you're like already moving to the side and someone does a running attack, let's say, like do a running attack against me.
Oh, sure. Let me see. I'm trying to find you. Here.
Like obviously I can strafe it, but let's say I'm moving like this and then you do a running attack. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to strafe. Yeah, running attack. See, even though I'm not in the weapon, I'm gonna get hit. So you gotta like actually take that into account too. You're still in their range. You're still in that position. Just like the dagger throws. Okay, let's show how Ultra Great Swords. We can move on to Ultra Great Swords spacing. So yeah, as you're gonna see on this latency, you can space it much less. If you're practically at any time in their hitbox on our latency, like in the range of their weapon at the time they start it, you're gonna want to roll, right? Unless you're already like running full speed and you're already at the edge, right? Like that. Like there it worked. Oh, that was a good. Now a jump attack is really punishable. Oh,
yeah,
I was not ready to roll to that. Like I literally. Oof.
At least an unpunishable and ultra great sword. I can just R2, bro. Oh fuck. Nice.
Gotta roll. Huh.
See, as a hyper armor like user on latency, you can make use of it to aggress way more than you would normally. So
Yeah.
because you are harder to punish, you need to understand that you are the dominant one. So in this fight here, on this matchup, he has the shield, but I am the dominant one. You see, if he turns back to me, I can just R1 him. So if he tries to over-aggress, the latency inevitably will make so I have the preference here. Like this. I can like start with rolling, I can start with running, and do a lot of things here. And he cannot really punish me that well because of the latency. So undeniably, yes, latency will buff hyper armor weapons.
It's not instant though, and still like I think lighter weapons have the upper hand on higher latency. Like just because of all their other advantages, like the first hit type thing.
Yeah, definitely. I don't mean that they are better than the light ones, alright? Don't take me wrong.
But they get unique advantages. that light
yeah,
weapons don't.
they get unique advantages, and they get actually like sometimes they can get even viable. For example, there was a PlayStation player called Omega, and he was here in chat, and he won like several tournaments
Using
using Lido Straight
Lido.
Hammer. Yeah, like how would you ever imagine that someone would win tournament against like good players with a great hammer? You just don't see that happening.
Yeah, I should have rolled that one.
You see how I can like attack him constantly and not get punished at all? That's what you must do basically with an ultra.
Yeah, you want to get in their face. You don't want to just like see if I can still reaction punish it if he just, you know, does it like out of my range, like, right? Like if I'm already out of range and he, let me see, like just do one that's completely stupid, like I can still do it, right? So don't just throw out hits expecting them to walk into it. Run into them, right? But still beware that, you know, it's still possible that they do like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Before you get
They
hit,
can
right?
Just, turn and burn. Yeah.
So you still got to be cautious. You just got to know that if you want, what you can do is run in and just run in enough so that their straight sword would miss, but theirs would hit, right? So that they would have to roll in reaction. Like if they're gonna roll in reaction, then you know. What is my ping to this person? 180. How am I so fast? I just know the movement in this game. It feels more clean. And pivoting is another thing. Just, you know, blocking with a shield allows you to turn 180 while running without, you know, doing this animation. And just making use of unlock and unlock. Like, there's just a lot of things. But, yeah. So he showed you a bit of how to play.
Yeah. This is my favorite weapon here on latency, honestly.
Also, you want to know what that hitbox is for? Like, there's a big circular hitbox, and people don't know that that's actually for... Here, do the weapon art.
Like this. Okay.
That's the thing that deflects the projectiles. But, yeah, the split leaf is arguably the strongest hyper armor weapon in a 1v1.
On team fights, maybe. I'm not sure, though.
What did you say?
Maybe on team fights, too, like...
On team fights, yeah.
Like
Ring Knight paired great swords, like in it's pretty infamous in like team fights because of with like the hit stun. Even if they're like pretty reactable and stuff, they have some unique advantages that makes them good in those fights. But is there another hyper armor weapon here? Let me drop you a Exile Greatsword.
Yeah, nice.
Like this is one people have a lot of trouble with.
Yeah, and it is easier than it looks like to deal with, honestly.
Sorry, I'm late for class. Yeah, that's gonna be a tardy.
All right, let's go. If it's not poison infused, honestly, it's not even a true weapon.
Oh, I failed my roll there. Yeah, see, I got out of range because I was already running and I was like at the edge of this range. Yeah, see, that still hit me because I got over ambitious. See, I'm still on range. Like, if we actually split screen this, how about we split screen this? This will probably be very interesting. And just demonstrate the running attacks, right? Let me just, like, me trying to outspace the running attacks, see what happens. Here we go. Oops. See, I was still in range enough for that backstab on his end. But yeah, let me look at that in the stream. Yeah, see, I was still on the edge of your blade on that.
Pretty far, yeah.
See, but I can punish that, right? And keep in mind that most players are not going to be skilled as bat here and not know to actually like roll. They're not going to be ready expecting you to just like suddenly attack back like that. against a running attack. So you will catch them more than you do bat. Yeah, I was overambitious there.
Yeah, hyper armor is something else, bro. You just like you realize how I'm basically like Amir is doing a great job on spacing it. Of course, it's just like a training, but you can see how the hyper armor weapon dominates the area basically. Like he can't while I run like after him, he can't do much. Because if he turns to me, I can react. Unless he had like an unreactable weapon, which he doesn't. Nice backswing there. Like a curved sword or a dagger, that would be harder for me to aggress on, but straight sword is easier.
Oh, yeah, I was overambitious with that spacing. But, what is it? To make it, like, more clear to, like, what, you know, people every day fight, how about we do, like, try to play like a freaking rando would, you know? Like a random, you know, phantom would that just, you know, loves to swing their exile greatsword. You know? Like, let me try and space the first star one even.
Uh-huh.
There we go. Here, let me try and, like, move in with a dagger. Do you see that? Let me, like, do really tightly. Oh, I have to roll that. Oh, I'm gonna have to roll whatever this is. Yeah, I had to roll that.
Pretty far. Nice.
See, and it looked like he actually got into his hyper armor there. I was actually scared there, but I did my second R1. Here, do a running R1, like from a lot of range.
Let me see, alright. This.
I need to move in more there. I didn't,
Not easy to punish, like. Unless I don't roll or something like.
Oof. That's the hyper armor latency for you.
That's what a random phantom would do, bro. That's what a random phantom would do.
Yeah. Here, let me actually try doing that, punishing that anyway.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
Let me try doing it with the straight sword. Just do some spam and like R1, a running attack or R1. Want to heal?
Ah, I have the auto rev.
Oh, hey, QY and everybody else.
QY, what's up? Here's TheBat. The best PS player in the world, except I'm not on PS.
Here, let me just getting a really tight like move in, like so. R1 now. Yeah, I didn't interrupt it in time. Go. Like, look at that! I literally moved into his attack.
Yeah, that was nice. Are you doing it on reaction or?
On reaction.
Yeah. It's some good shit there. You see that it is consistent. You can actually like whiff punish it.
Let me see if I can do it with greatsword. Because greatsword even has more range, but it is, you know.
No, you can.
Well, let me move in. Like, you don't actually. I'm pretty sure it has like the same range as like a curved greatsword. So step forward. That actually, it also like can break their hyper armor if it's slow enough. And if you don't have enough time, if you're not like fast enough with your reaction to do it, or you're too far away, then what you want to do is punish the second if they do that. Do it again. I want to get it really fast. Good.
Want to see it on stream? Right. On stream, it was a perfect punish on my screen.
Is that like a freaking like what is it? Would you rather type thing? Dripping swords. Thank you for the $1 or $1.99. I'm doing pretty well at avoiding Elden Ring content. Currently enjoying some fishing in Minecraft: A New World, and already got a great fishing pole. Well, congratulations for that.
Congratulations, man. That's a bit random, but That's cool, man.
Yeah. Glad you're enjoying yourself. Now let's what is it? Maybe move on to another thing.
Why, man? Like, Grim's internet is garbage. Please don't take it in account. Really. Grim's internet's like unplayable, bro.
Okay, here,
I
Shadow.
swear.
Let's test. Here, let's
Yeah, Shadow,
let's
it's your
show how
time.
it looks like on the other end. I'm gonna switch to the perspective, and I want Shadow to try and whiff punish my things. So like on good latency, this is how it looks. Get out a straight sword, and I want you to try and whiff punish my R1s in between my hyper armor. Okay. Ta-da.
He didn't get it. Alright, there we go.
You messed it up once. That's okay. I didn't move in enough. Yeah, you need to get a bit in closer, right? You're going too far for like the curve sword to hit, but you know. Yeah. Like, don't be afraid. Like, even on lower latency, you can like just do like stay just out of range, and then maybe at a little range, just so you can actually safely step in to start your attack, right? Like that. That's beautiful. Bit too late there. Way too late. But yeah, on this latency, it's basically all on what you would intuitively, like, you know, believe you want to punish it like. Yeah, there, he's doing a second R1 punish.
Curved great swords faster than UGS? Yes, they are a lot faster, man. Just watch the animation.
In terms of spam, yeah. And what is it? Let's try the great sword. Yep, it's going to be punished like that. But can he punish the second R1? Outspace it. Not with a kick. Oh, there we go. That was a pretty good punish. That actually stopped me before. It's because our latency is so low that he was able to do that. That's great. And as we showed before, it's stupidly easy to be punished with a greatsword on low latency. An ultra greatsword. Very sad. Although one thing you can do to get around it is, well, not doing the second R1, but like just doing this. Like, you know, when you feel like they're gonna space it, you can turn around to mess up their spacing, right? And in general, like we saw with the bat, don't do it unless you're in their face, right? And they would force them to roll. You don't want to let them, you know, space. But yeah, and I think that clearly shows how to space these things, how easy it is on low latency. Let's move on to, what is it? Let's see Bat space some of our attacks. So get out like a short straight sword. Do you have a Lothric Knight straight sword?
This, I like
Yeah,
this one.
that one works good enough. So yeah, just try to reaction punish my attacks as if I'm a random. Yeah, so you did that on reaction. But he knows he has to roll that. He knows he has to roll that. He knows he has to roll that. I think you went did a bit of fishing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Despite the latency, he knows when to punish it. Yeah, he's even interrupted me on that running attack. He know he was going to be too late for the running attack punish. Alright, cool. Now let's do the same with the Ultra Great Sword.
I think this is too long. I'm gonna get the Lotric one. I think it's fair. Should I be more passive or like something?
No, you're doing good.
Right.
You can even, what is it? Here, I'll do some, like, step forwards. Like, try to make it so you have to actually determine if you can space it or not. I see he's punishing me for, what is it? Aggression as well. Like, showing that it's not free. But you do risk trading. And walked out the backstab. And you can also reaction whiff punish the running attacks even as well. But you gotta have very specific spacing, and a good Ultra Greatsword user will both make sure that their weapon actually hits you, right, or forces you to roll, and also isn't close enough so that, you know, this doesn't happen, right? So that they don't strafe behind you.
The running attack is one of the
Best parts about Uggs.
yeah.
That on top of the poke.
Not on low latency, but like.
Any testing for defecting? It's with spell parrying. It's basically like regular parrying. You got to do it for their screen. So if they're higher latency, you want to parry like, you know, before the attack even comes out, right? Depends on the distance too, but you can get a feel for it and do it like pretty consistently. And then on low latency, you want to do it like exactly when it's about to hit you, right? But we would have to get sort of like a mage build for that. If anyone wants to bring one, we can summon them for that. But yeah, that's pretty good. Now here, do you have a great axe?
I have no great axe.
No great axe. I can drop one.
I can, yeah, I can get one in the box if you need it too. Like,
all right, you can do that.
All right, I'm gonna get it. Give me a second. I'm gonna get the best great axe. The only one that. Oh no, actually I can't use it. Forget it.
Great machete maybe?
Yeah. No, I don't have the great machete requirements. I have 36 strength.
Do you have night strength?
I have the. No. Oh yeah, nice one. Yeah. I think I don't have it right now, but I can get it in the box as well. Wait. Let's see.
The box.
Yo. Okay, here it is. Finally. Alright, that's a good idea, bro. I didn't think about it.
So people get frustrated against like great machetes and great axes due to the shockwave, but it isn't actually that tough. Like you can still space them, right? But it's a bit, I would say, a bit tighter than like ultra great swords or great hammers, at least the two-handed variant. So let me try and whiff punish it. Like do it like you're a random.
Okay.
Yeah, look how big that is. But you can still handle it. Try.
You can against these here, bro. This is cancer. This is just cancer. Let's see. Let's see.
I'm still in range by the time I move in. That's the issue. Oh my god, I moved in too early.
The problem is just that the range is just so big, bro.
Bro. Oh my god. You did a third R1 there. Go. There we go. I can actually hit you, but it wasn't fast enough to stop you from doing the second one.
But it's so hard, like so hard.
I think I've tested this with J0, and what is it like? If you run like this somehow, like here, if I'm just like on the edge like this. Oh my god, the shockwave still hit me. There we go. See, that was a clean one.
Yeah, yeah.
I moved in too early. Damn. It's freaking great.
This weapon is brain dead, bro.
There we go.
No, this doesn't count. It was the second one.
Yeah, the second one has less range. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, gotta think with latency.
Man,
Think with latency. No, it's too brain dead.
Let's use a more user-friendly great axe.
Oh yeah, that actually is much easier.
This one is way easier.
Oh, but I still am getting hit because I'm not adjusting for latency. Ugh. Oh, like, yeah, I think actually I need to start a decent amount out. Yeah, like, I need to start, like, over here to not get shockwaved. Here, wait, actually, let me see. I'm not gonna actually try to whiff punish it. I'm just gonna try to run out. Nope, I'm gonna get hit by that, too. Ugh. The pain.
I'm pretty sure I have a BL5 against J0 in my channel. I can actually link it, by the way, later. I should I can crop it and send
Yeah,
you.
I need to be at the very peak of the range. Here, like, yeah. There we go. You need to start pretty far.
But even then, I think I can roll away. Sure.
Like, look at that. And, like, obviously it's in more space to, like, you know, you don't even need to necessarily roll it. And actually that tells you, like, like, unless you're in a gank and they could combo you from it, like, you know, you can actually just accept the shockwave stun if you want, right? Because it actually, if you roll the shockwave stun, then it actually tells you if you were hit by it or not. It doesn't tell you. Oh. Starting out of range.
Nice one.
Here, I need to move in a bit more. Because I'm getting so rare opportunities to actually move in. Because it's so freaking long. I didn't move in enough. Go. There. I could do that, too. Without needing to stun you. Go.
Kind of playing like a random, but it's hard because it's not a random weapon, honestly.
Well, no, randoms use this weapon all the time for the hit stun. Like, it works so well in ganks. Like, just 2 of them using that, like, it's like guaranteed 3-hit combos, at least.
I see like Aldrich is using that shit. And they're so bad it makes no difference because they just die or kill their teammates.
Oh my god. Like, I can't even... Okay, I gotta really, really space it out. Here. There we go. At least I'm able to, like, you know, not get stunned. Oh, wow, it's so late. Like, I avoid the
like a complete random.
Okay.
I'm gonna incorporate the random one. Give me a second.
Random AI activating.
Yeah, random AI, like right now. Like, let me see here. What can I do? This looks random enough.
I think it does stamina damage. Not much, though, shockwaves. I don't think it does any poise damage.
This looked random enough, right? Let's go.
Yeah, that does definitely look random enough. Oh, yeah, that will still hit. Oh, that will still hit. I need to move in a lot more. Here, what I need to do is release the sprint. Here, play it like a random. There we go. I think the two-handed R1, though, takes a lot longer to get to the second one. So one-hand it. Let's make sure we can get it. Oh, no. Oh my god, the frickin' shockwaves, dude. Oh.
That's insane, bro. This is the best weapon in the world, bro. I'm not gonna.
I need to.
J0, I'm stealing your set.
There we go.
Bro.
There we go. There we go. No, J0 and me were able to actually like whiff punish on reaction if we had proper spacing. Like I did a mirror with him, and that was like a thing that happened all the time.
Yeah, bro. But like J0 lives in the first world. Doesn't count. I live in the third world, so I can use this weapon more effectively by default.
No, but even then, like if you do it like ahead of time, like it still I think is definitely like on reaction if I have the proper space. Like I did it a few times here. Just I really need that space. Oh yeah, like going around that.
Yo, that doesn't count. That's cheating, bro.
Not an R1, bro. Using hyper armor against shockwaves, bro. Cheating. But that's actually a good way, like, just like on reaction swapping to a hyper armor weapon when they do that weapon art. That's something I like to do. Oh my god. Oh nope, it's gonna hit. Jeez. Like the hitboxes even weren't even there on my screen. I need to walk in more.
That was pretty close, man.
Nope,
That
no, I
was
didn't have enough
pretty
range.
close. How much latency do you have to J0? It's Netherlands, right?
I think it's like 120, 40, something like that. Oh, sorry, I was in my programming. Like I said,
I got beaten, bro. F. Let me see real quick. People are talking about a lot in the chat, bro.
Amir, have you seen a whole gank squad shit on somebody? Yes, when you're fighting a 4-man gank, like, you can never face them head on. You have to, like, take advantage of the PvP, fuck around with them, and, you know, like, basically, like, you can't fight them face on. It's just, like, impossible, unless they completely throw. If you just put, like, Chase or whatever player in the game, no matter how good they are at fighting multiple players, they're going to die to 4 players, 99-1. Like, that's just how it is. Like, Chase would say that too. Like, I think me and Bat probably, and Chase, all probably beat 4-man ganks before. And most of the time, it's due to drawn-out battles or them unique circumstances like the PvE just, like, you know, and then them throwing, right? That's how, like, 4-man ganks usually are defeated. It's not, like, a face-on battle, right? When you're fighting a 4-man gank, you want to, like, draw them out. You want to spread them thin as much as possible. Especially because one thing, when you're spacing multiple players, things are going to be less predictable because you're not going to have the brain power to know all their latencies and space them all perfectly, right? You got to, like, sort of take the average, right? And play it safe. Because, like, spacing multiple players of different latency is, like, brain damage.
You're
Also,
extremely bad at the game. You're getting exposed in my next montage. Is more cool.
Shockwave montage.
Yeah, bro. The Smokewolf is featuring, bro.
Oh my god, I gotta do that so late. Okay, here, I have a plan.
Bro, no plans can beat this weapon. You're not even facing my strongest form, bro. I'm gonna have to actually try now.
Oh no!
You have zero chance now, bro.
No,
This here is literally unbeatable, like.
the freaking Metal Gear
There's-
Solid. It's a. It's like. Oh no, the two-hand!
No, I'm playing random mode, bro. I'm playing random mode.
Oh, dude.
It's like, bro, you literally like can't do anything.
Okay, you've made me upset. Random mode. Time to just. What? Can your shockwaves do this? Oh.
Oh shit, no. No
Chug.
backstab there. How?
Chug.
Bro. Oh no. Alright, let's see.
Okay, let's actually stop and what is it? Try to actually get this down. So just from a standstill, I'm pretty sure randoms don't do that. At least not like phantom randoms. Like maybe invader randoms will throw out random Gundyrs, but I don't see that often with phantoms, especially with that fashion, unless they're like dedicated gankers. So bring out the Great Axe again. The one-handed Dragon Slayer we'll start with. And I want you to just, from a standstill, complete standstill, I want to walk in. I want to know. So just R1 roll. R1 roll. Okay, again. Is it even possible?
Sure, but it was pretty close. It's extremely close, but
Yeah, like if I do it then, it's too late. There we go.
you did it, bro. You finally
Oh,
did it.
okay,
It is
guys.
possible. I cannot believe
Stream
it.
is over. We literally beat the game. Everything, like, you know, 100 people who platinum the game, like, they didn't get the secret achievement, spacing a shockwave on a great axe. Okay,
Finally.
yep. Thanks for all the donations. Thanks for all the subscribers. But I'm
I'm deleting the
retiring
channel
now.
now.
Yeah, backswing is a more reliable way to probably take advantage of this. But still, I wanted to test this.
Can you finish this weapon here too? Like,
Let's see. I think so.
you can try to do it if you got it.
Okay, sure. I'll do. This is basically the same.
Yeah, this might be easier.
Or wait, I need to.
Almost. Impossible, bro! You did.
Must be cheating.
No, this is.
What
shit,
actually
bro.
would it be easier with is with offhand. You surprise, believe it or not, actually
It has my rage. Man.
running. Or did you try to roll there?
I think I didn't. I tried now. Man, you just achieved Ultra Instinct, bro. It's over. You're now the best player. Congrats.
Cool, but still no tutorial to beat Poison Hollow Twin Spears. Poison Hollow Twin Spears, what the fuck? Oh my god.
Yeah, that's some bullshit Smoke Wolf invented to beat me.
Hey, Sir
He needed
Timbo.
it. Oh, I got a cosplay here, bro.
Okay, what is it? Is there any other big weapons? Here, let me see how easier is it to punish on our latency.
Oh, that's probably way easier.
Yep, too early. Oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing it for our latency, so I'm messing up. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. See, it's much easier though if you actually don't walk into the hitbox on this latency. Super low. Ugh. Try to. Try rolling immediately after R1ing. Oh, I couldn't even see. Oh. Goddamn. Man. There we go. Yeah. So it's much easier on lower latency to, you know, adapt for it. But, like, I think if you actually put the time into it, you could do it consistently against Bat as well.
We just try it.
Is it even possible? Let me see if it's possible to run in with the dagger.
Oh man, I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out.
Here,
My bet
maybe.
is that it probably is not possible. If you're shielded, most likely.
Here, let me, if I, like, I can run in, literally, so. Oh, let me. Oh, shit, I messed up.
Alright.
Oh! Oh my fucking. Go. Oh my god, okay.
You're too close. You need to come from further away, like this. Yeah.
Oh,
I had no
yes.
stamina. No. I had no
Oh,
stamina.
but that was so quick.
Maybe you got it. I don't know, but I had no stamina. Doesn't count, bro. Oh, now it was there. Now it was fair, bro. Yeah, you can do it. But
Too early?
this is extremely cheesy though. Like if I try to use this and this, I am literally J0 now.
Oh, shit.
It's pretty strong actually because I have the backswing. Yo J0, check this shit up, bro. I use your setup now. I main your setup now, bro. Oh.
Oh.
There we go. You see, bro, I use the Phantom Range and the Straight Sword to get the backspace, and this is the Shockwave
Mm-hmm.
to trade. So yeah, this is an extremely good laggard setup. Let's see.
Oh, damn it, it didn't move in. Oh, you turned it to the side, that's why. Anyways. Okay, yeah, so it's a bit harder, well, noticeably harder to, more tricky with shockwaves. Because the shockwave hits so late, and it's such a big radius. But you can learn it, for certain. It's not impossible. And especially, actually, you know what's easier to punish it with? Hyper armor. So just do it from, do the freaking thing from neutral. Like, just from this distance. And then let me see if I... Wait, can I even get in hyper armor on time? I don't think so.
You can. I think you just did.
Yeah,
like this.
because it
Your
does
hyper
no
armor can
poise
do it,
damage. It's the same thing with, what is it? The Dragon Slayer axe? Like, do the weapon art, and then watch me try to, like, punish it with the straight sword, and look how much I fail. The weapon art? Right? But if I do, this... Oh, I did it too late. Ta-da!
Oh, nice. Yeah. You can
So,
get it consistently. Like,
a faster hyper armor weapon, or just a hyper armor weapon in general, is a good way to, you know, counter the shockwaves in a way. Oh my god, I'm fat rolling! No! I didn't get to hyper armor in time. See if I can just prediction.
no, you need to prediction, bro. I'll need to prediction. Wait.
Well,
Oh, you
yeah,
can.
but
Where's the
that was a trade. No, that was prediction.
Nice. I want to punish your shockwave too, bro. Like.
Well, yeah, there we go. After crazy
Did you
amounts.
try to? Did you try to do the row after this one?
Hmm?
Yeah, I find it it actually kinda it is punishable with the great axe that you're holding with the Dragon Slayer one, but the arm one is like unbearable to me. It's so annoying. This shit here.
Yeah.
How can you even move this chunk of
Is
metal?
shockwave different size with heavy attack? I think it's the same. Actually, here, do the heavy attack. I think it's the same size. It actually just gets buried in the ground more. Or maybe not. It's the same size, basically. But I think the attack in general has more range. I actually really like the one-handed great axe attack, because it's a horizontal slash. But anyways, how do you feel online FrostHome's game with Sekiro's combat? That would be cool, but FromSoft or Sekiro's combat is actually more latency dependent. We saw this with the mod someone made for it, and like the pairing thing, it just completely breaks like, you know, the Sekiro flow of combat if you have a bit of latency. So it would really only be good for like 30 to 0 latency, I think. Bring any spells to test. I know if you spin while casting Soulstream, it will not cast in the same direction for all players. That does make sense. But, you know, that's a very specific scenario, right? Most what matters with magic is understanding the strafing thing, which we explained at the beginning of the stream. Any other thing that people... Let's try with punishing light attack spams, okay?
Okay, with which weapon totally?
Start with dagger. And I'll punish it with another dagger. Just R1 spam, two-handed.
Okay.
I failed. I wonder what's the timing, because the spam is so fast. Maybe literally on reaction to the first R1. That's quite difficult. Or two-handed. Yeah, it's very hard actually to like immediately judge what it would be.
I can try a
Probably.
smaller one. Let's see.
Maybe I should do it like. Ah, there we go.
Yeah,
But I
there's
don't know when I swung at. So let me just try to swing at the point your first hitbox appears and see what happens. But I was not close enough. Let me just go. That's a trade. So what if I do it the moment your second hitbox comes out? Let's see. Oh, well, I was not a good enough range for it. Here, stop. Now go. Yeah, that's a good time. When the second hitbox comes out. But you have to actually move in range. Actually, no. Like, when the second hitbox, or the second attack starts. Go. No, I got hit by the second.
Okay.
Ah, I'm not sure where I swung there. Yeah, dagger's a bit tricky. And the thing is, the good thing about it is that there's not too much consequences for getting hit by a second or third R1. Especially. So, how would you... Here, try doing it on me. The best thing to do against dagger versus dagger is not even to try to adjust for the timings of the thing, is just to outrange it. With lighter weapon or second R1s in general, as long as you have a decent range thing, then, like, you know, usually you can outspace it. Because just like the difference between this and these swings is huge in terms of range. Same thing with... Like, this just takes you nowhere in terms of range. But then this... Not that. Like, it has noticeably more range. That's why people actually even... Not on top of the stun is why people, you know, like, do this. Like, if you reaction roll to this, like, reaction roll around me with it. Like, it's why people do that. Because if I do a second R1, then it actually might miss you. Especially with the tracking, too. Like, if I time it a bit, it can help. But that's why people love to do this more. Oh. You know? So, that's what the thing with staggered R1s are. But yeah, let's try, try spacing with the dagger like this. Like, try to prevent my second R1 from coming out. Actually, no, we already tested that. I think... Would it work with the dagger? I'm not sure.
Actually, we didn't. We tested with the...
Straight sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like you can't interrupt it. You would want to punish my second one. Would be more... Or third one. It would be more reliable.
Let me see. I think I can. It is just that in a controller environment, it's a bit harder. Oh, you can... There, yeah, I got it.
But more reliable would be the third R1 thing.
Yeah, definitely. But even then, I think it doesn't differ too much, like, because the startup of the first one is faster. Like, it's lower. Sorry.
Then the second.
You can see that the second and the third one have a faster startup, right? So it's harder to react to them. The first one is easier to.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about like fighting randos at this point, like.
Oh yeah.
You know, like just learning to space like the easier things that you'll find in the wild, and then you can like, you know.
Oh yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Let's see. What else do we want to test if we can punish? With CS, I can punish pretty much anything. Like this here.
Yep.
Oh. There.
Here, let me see if I can punish CS spam with it. Yeah, the second and third R1. Like, look at the range. Here, just do it, and I'll show the hitboxes. Like, it's just smaller on the second and third. It's kind of weird.
Oh yeah, way smaller.
You can still get hit, certainly, but, you know. That's why people
why
like the
people
first star one mostly. But even then, you can still. Oh my god! I literally poked out to the side. Oops. Yeah. So you want to like watch for that and make sure that when you punish it, like it's perfect like that. You can literally space it for both like cases if they do a staggered R1, you know. But usually, if they're actually smart, then they're probably not gonna just, you know, like set it up for you like that. They're gonna run into you, or they're gonna also be trying to space you or something like that. What about one-handed great or yeah, that's a good one too. The slower curve swords. Here, how about we do the exercise like this? You either like do it from like out of range, or you move into me and I need to know to roll or to space, or if I've spaced it. So not like full like your ability, but you know.
Not brain dead either.
Yeah,
This.
like that. Yeah. I didn't move in at all for that. Oh. You're not going to be able to like actually punish them on reaction if they just R1 and roll, especially on this latency, but even on low latency. So, but you can like prevent them from doing the second R1 or outspace their second R1. Oh, I accidentally did a running attack. Yep.
This weapon is a bit preppy. I think with the PK this test would be better.
Well, yeah, it's a bit harder with the PK. That's a trade. Oh, well, I assume that was an attack.
Was that a walk or?
Nope.
Alright.
Oh. Oh my, what? I was like wondering if that was hitting me from behind, like the shadows
No,
thing,
it was
or
not from behind. It was not from behind.
yeah,
It was just PK, bro.
yeah. What? That thing's hitting me? Oh my God, PK! Oh wow, that didn't hit me.
I'm surprised that. Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't hit.
I just barely outspaced that.
Just bringing a bit delicious, man. That's what I needed. Obrigado, Caio. Tamo junto.
Is it true like Murky Hand Scythe and other hand scythe hit like katana? That and harp, yes. They have the same hit stun on their first star one. Like other daggers, right?
No.
See, it's the same, but it's the same stun as most light attacks first hit. I think people just call it the katana one because it hits from the like it does the standing sort of pushback. Like it doesn't do the one that turns your character to the left direction. If I hit someone with a straight sword like this way, I think it makes them front facing. Like this. Oh, that makes them do it from the side. Can't get your character to look. Yeah, I don't know how to get the front-facing animation exactly. I think the jumping attack can get that. Oh, well, you blocked that one. Yeah, there we go. See, that's the same one as the katana. Actually, no, the katana does a different one. Is anything more broken than Murky Hand Scythe? Arguably, people have debated it for a while, like with, you know, a crossbow and that stuff.
My skill is more broken than Murky on one side, I should say, like this. Like that. Easy. PKCS is more broken than Murky also.
Yeah, people, it's like a sort of ongoing argument, but yeah, their crossbow, that, and Murky are definitely like in the same tier. People agree. But yeah, do we have anything more to go over? I think we basically covered like all the
We
topics.
covered everything like that exists about it. Honestly.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, maybe it would be, what is it? I'm sure there might be some comments later, like people asking on how to adjust for latency or whatever. But I hope people learned stuff from this. It was definitely.
To learn, bro. We did everything first, literally.
Mm-hmm. We might have dwelled a bit
guys,
too much on what is it? The shockwave thing. Like it shows how difficult some things are. But yeah, like but we showed you actually, interesting enough, not just how to like with the hyper armor thing, not just how it works and stuff and how to counter it or adjust to it to fight hyper armor, but how to fight with hyper armor to take advantage of the latency as well, right? So basically, you know, on whatever you use, you want to optimize your play with it on whatever latency you play with, right? And the base, and just again, just to refresh people, the way to tell your latency with someone is just the hit delay. And if they roll it, you just have you know, like, see? Shadow has no delay basically at all when I hit him, right? So we know it's really low. It means I can space most things, unless it's very, very, very close, right? Like I'm, let's say, right here and I'm running out of his range and I slightly, you know, the hitbox might be actually out of sync slightly, right?
Yeah.
But
Yo,
yeah.
Amir, so what do you think of we doing some duels at the end now? Like hyper armor versus non-hyper armor, some friendlies just.
Yeah,
people-
just showing people how spacing works and stuff like that. Sure,
Yeah.
we can do that. Now let me put on my thing.
I'm gonna use the classic curved sword, I think.
Do you guys want
that.
do you guys want me to have the split screen for this? Or do you
Yeah,
think that would
sure.
be disorientating? Well, we'll do
think-
one duel, and then if they want that, then we'll do it.
Okay.
Actually, we'll just do it because, you know, people can, like, that are watching the stream ahead of time, you know, will actually be able to see, like, you know, and like appreciate it more than someone can live. Okay. I guess I'll use. Oh, my inventory isn't optimized, but whatever. I'll stick to weapon.
Alright. I'm gonna use this for now, then I'm gonna swap later. Maybe Gunder or something.
I saw that with trade. Oh, I meant to roll there. See, that hit because he was still in range for me. Guy he knew to roll there.
Oh, excellent there.
Oh, damn, he actually got out of range in time on my screen. I knew to roll there because I was gonna do an attack. Try to get the early hit there. Woo. No backswing for you.
No.
Aha, I knew that was still gonna save because I was in that position for like a second straight. Ah, goddamn, I tried to reaction roll it. Ah, missed!
I won, bro.
No chip
You
damage.
have no dead. You have
Oh,
no dead.
I have
you
no dead?
dead? Yeah.
What? But I don't have any regen. How would it... Here, wait, hit me? Oh, wait! Oh, nah, that's why I didn't have tears, I guess. Wait, huh. Should have tears, what the heck? Apply that. But wait, that wouldn't make a difference, actually. My stuff is broken.
Oh, it's alright. If you want to fight with Shadow too, I can leave the region. Just
Alright, yeah, and to just demonstrate the difference.
yeah.
Yeah, this
Okay,
actually
good.
should be a really good test because we already did this kind of earlier. I knew that was going to trade.
Oh, it's so fun to use, bro. And I like because the weapon is badass by itself. Hit. Nope. Panic roll. There we go. Panic rolling straight sword like a boss.
That's how you'll be the true meta player. That's how you'll beat everybody in Elden Ring.
Oh, nice. Nice R2 there, actually.
But yeah, that was actually like a reasonable time to just roll immediately there because you can't react to a backstab. Like, you can't react to the actual animation versus like an R2. I thought I was gonna get backstabbed there, legit. Whoa! Yeah, that's how ridiculous it can be. I guessed
That's
wrong.
the Gunder's range, honestly. Because on my screen, you got hit by just the tip of the weapon.
Yeah. Sorry, there's probably a delay on this like Discord input, but the same stuff will happen. Yeah, was that a free aim? Or that just the tracking?
This was my free aim. I think I would get backstab there if I didn't free aim.
Yeah, because I think I was already running in your back at that time. Oh!
Oh, plus.
Oh wow, it
That's
actually
badass,
caught me
bro.
on the frame there. Bro, I'm already
Oh,
dead!
you were already dead. Oh shit. Right, time to.
Here, you wanna fight Shadow? I don't know if he has anything on though, so I don't know if we'll be able to survive. But I'll like what is it? If he tears break, I'll stop. But yeah, it should be much more clean with me and him. Although it will still be PK, so
Low latency PK is Mark answer. High latency is nerf.
oh shit! I did not mean to roll there.
Nice.
I don't have fire bombs. Oh, I didn't mean. I meant to block there. Oh, that felt so good to run out of. Oh, I didn't have enough range for that. Oh,
Nice reaction there.
oof. Oh, he killed
Are
me.
you still alive?
Yep. Well, no, not alive. Alive. I'm hoping to, but what is it? Unfortunately, it doesn't look that way. It's gonna... I'm just hoping we can, you know, bring attention to it enough that FromSoft ends up patching it as the game's out. Oh, yep. Well, there's the... There's our net. Oh, I didn't trade late enough.
You got the backswing though, so it makes up for it.
Oh. Oh my god.
The KCS is the best weapon in the game. So it's a bit rough to compare it.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, really. Honestly, at the start I struggled a lot using this latency PK, like mid latency PK.
Yeah, I think Estus Cancel is going to be patched and a lot of the other bugs we showed him. Although I think some will still exist, unfortunately. But even then, like we think a lot of you people think now that just like Estus Cancel will go away and then things will be good. But no, you're gonna. It's just because it feels like it, right? But like a lot of other problems, you know, start to sour things, you know, of other people. Like, because Estus Cancel is not the biggest thing in problem in duels, right? Because in duels you can already like set rules, right? Oh, I'm fighting, not a good idea. Yeah, it's gonna be easier to fight this than on high lane.
You just got double hit.
Oh, I did?
I think you got double hit by his second air one actually. I'm not sure if this is possible.
Oh wow, that was just out of range. Oh, imagine if you fell. Oh shit.
You can use the hyper armor weapon art too. Like it's pretty good on the record. So. Actually extremely useful against this kind of matchup.
I think he thought I would miss there by my free aim. Oh. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I think he did the hyper armor to try and get out of the corner, but all he needed to do was like rush forward R1 basically. There we go.
Thunder time. Man, I love Thunder, bro.
It'll probably be fun. It's gonna be fun, no matter how like you know, like at least for us, Souls. Like if we tolerate Dark Souls 3 and all the other Souls games, we're gonna tolerate Elden Ring for certain. Even if like there's some really annoying things that show up. Oh wow, that free aim, that lock on.
Like how can I say it? Wait, there we go.
I should have delayed.
I tried on the Backstab. I failed miserably.
Tried the headshot wake up tech.
On my screen I got headshots, bro. There's a shiv in my head.
That's actually funny. Oh yeah, I see it on the stream.
Man, I'm getting shit on now. That's sad.
Overextending.
Bro.
Oh no! Well, me being dumb and not blocking.
Oh no. Thank God.
Oh my god, my finger. My thumb finger has an itch.
I wanted to backstab that. No! I think I'm gonna most likely get fucked here. Let me see what I can do.
Side choke. Oh, my thumb, or no, my middle finger, like, tripped on a key. See, I strafed it early, and I was able to avoid it. Shit. Oh, I got you first.
No! I have tears in my beard, bro, so I want.
Okay, dude.
That's valid tech. I consider that a tie, bro, because I'm cool.
Okay, bro. Well, like being able to flip like that, like, and then actually, you know, helping feels so good. Like, oh my god, that feels so good. Oh, I'm gonna punish for that. Oh! That was really silly.
Does TheBat have a Twitch? Yeah, I do, bro. I stream there sometimes.
Yeah.
I also post on YouTube. My YouTube videos are better than my stream.
Oh my god. Oh my god. He actually hit me with it. My frames are a bit choppy for some reason. I guess I haven't restarted my computer in a while. It might be because I'm streaming as well with the previews enabled. And I have the Discord thing open too.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff. Certain word mirror, let's go.
Oh my god, my... Oh, my like, fundamentals are going out the window. Oh, no, I...
Did you forget that, like...
I accidentally RKCS canceled. I literally accidentally pressed L2 out of a roll. My reaction time has gone out the window. Oh my god. I'm losing my mind.
Almost.
Oh, you went for it too? Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't adjust for latency there.
Alright, that looked good, man. Come on.
Good one.
No.
The delayed backswing, but I'm dead.
It's not worth it, like in my opinion, to delay when you're that low because you can get like
The rolling
attacks.
attack, yeah. So I wonder what that message up there
Could
says.
someone link his YouTube and Twitch? Only if Amir allow me to, bro.
You're typing chat and I'll mod you.
Okay. Here.
Oh my god, that feels so good. Didn't mean to kick there. I meant to reaction roll. Oh man. I actually like literally went in so far as if it was high latency. Like see like the habits of different amounts of latency can like leak in to like another one. Oh, okay, we lagged a bit there. Like actual connection drop.
Fix your net shadow, bro.
That could have been me.
Nah, I don't think so. Because you
Even
didn't
though I have
skip-
fiber. Like I don't know. I am not examining it like 24/7.
Man, my mouse is dying. I think it's getting out of battery. F.
Unfortunately for you, that attack. Oof. Okay. You are now moderator. Uh-oh.
Thank you, bro.
The poison
Official
curve sword.
mod, man. I think you should mod me on Elden Weight, bro.
I don't know about that.
I bet Gabriel would approve it. I bet it. Oh shit.
You expected a rolling R1.
Yeah.
I was still in range. Oh, yep, that's the issue with rolling R1s if you're not actually out of range.
shit.
Yeah, I literally was behind you somehow. So why am I using that ring? I was using freaking Havel's ring. Oh, I thought I could outspace it in time. Actually, yeah, like I do it like, yeah, I see.
You can't stop me, Amir, because I have Doom music on my ears, bro.
See, I knew I had to roll that. Nice reaction roll. Oof.
Nice reaction too, bro.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Well, that wasn't a reaction roll. That was. The thing is, like, reaction can be sometimes, like, assisted by prediction. Like, you don't know exactly, like, it basically, you know... see there, I was talking and it actually screwed up my gameplay again. Totally not copium. What is it? You see how, like, when I'm getting pressured, right? I'm expecting the R1 to come out, so I'm actually able to react to it faster rather than, like, from complete neutral. Because when I'm at complete neutral and I'm thinking about doing my own attacks back, like, I actually, you know, it's harder to react to the move because, you know, I'm thinking about my own moves.
I banned Smokewolf from the chat, bro.
The range difference. It feels so good on this latency. Yeah, you gotta be really careful with the range. Like, even if Curve Sword has a matchup advantage, you gotta learn the matchup advantage. Like, really well. Like, I still really struggle with Dagger versus Sword and Board, for example, even though Dagger should win most of the time.
Yeah, Dagger is should destroy a certain board usually. Because of the priorities, of course. Right, let's go.
Oh yeah, you were in that tournament.
Yeah, Smokewolf should be banned from chat.
Be nice. Be nice. Or else I'm gonna demod you and then...
No! Why?
Did you post your link at least yet?
I think I did, bro. But I think I did it before I wear a mod, so it might get deleted. Or something.
Yeah, it probably was deleted if you weren't a mod or hidden. Okay, I'm not
Right,
thinking.
okay.
Here we go. The
Reset
fight
it,
now.
reset it, reset it. Reset it.
Reset the duel.
Yeah, because you weren't thinking, so it's not fair. I'm an honorable duelist.
Honorable. Come on.
Oh shit, nice one.
I don't know why I didn't double roll there. I think I could have. That was good.
I'm failing to trade there. I'm trying to force the trade, but I'm failing to do so.
Ooh, nice backswing. Oh. Not adjusting for the latency, Amir. Dead, dead.
Pretty well, actually. But I were like, after I poisoned you, I were just stalling.
Yeah.
And like, couldn't do much.
Let me try and use something different. Maybe we'll turn my brain on.
Smoke wolf, bro. Smoke wolf. You know what would happen if we played low latency, bro. You know, man. Come on. Stop, bro.
Roll.
Uh,
Nice. Gotta take advantage of the range more. Versus the previous duel.
come on.
Oh my god, we lagged a bit there. Like actual connection drop. Okay, that's not a good idea to do from neutral. Yeah, I think I give priority there. Nice space.
You're playing dagger now?
Yep.
Nice. Smoke wolf, you're getting really low, bro. You're getting low, man. You really think you have merit for beating a fucking PvEer, bro? Is this how desperate you are, Smoke wolf? Man. Alright, let's
Okay,
go.
is this actual is this banter or is this, you know,
No, this is me, man. This is me. Don't worry.
right? Can we get a confirmation on Smoke Wolf's part?
Yeah, we can.
I don't know if we'll get that.
We will, bro. I
I ca-
wouldn't banter on a stream like that. I would banter by text, like, but on
Well,
a
like
stream
banter,
that.
I mean like friendly banter, not like, you know, what is it? Beef, like actual beef.
Oh no, it's a friendly banter.
Yeah.
But he knows he would lose anyways, but
Oh, of course.
yeah.
Friendly banter, right. Okay. Oh,
But don't worry, we're fine.
oh, shit.
You know, you need to work pretty well with your range when you're a dagger.
Yep. Oh my god, my brain is turned off currently.
You also are a bit nerfed since they have latency, so like the dagger is heavily nerfed honestly. Doesn't mean it's a bad weapon, but still nerfed. I wonder Value's opinion on this matchup here, on like 200 MS and such.
It still applies. It might be. I think it's because like when things get boiled down to a fundamental level with like how good the players are. I don't know what I'm doing there.
Take our life.
Yeah, I'm not thinking like best time. Wait, I'm not using.
We're eating here.
One hand dagger moment. One hand dagger is actually really good still.
Spam him. I agree with Farsies, bro.
Oh,
agree with Farsi.
yeah, I guess yeah, like things like that is a good example of how it's.
I think we should ban Smoko from the chat, Amir. Can we do that?
Not my approval right now.
No, sad.
Oh my
I
god,
wanted to play with Gabri, man, but he's never online.
guy's mostly busy.
I'm fourth place, bro. No.
Okay, dude. Like everybody could be like number. Well, not everybody, but like you know, it's not like all the best players are on that right now.
No, I know. But still, bro. I think I lost some points because of lack of activity.
You can earn that back pretty easily.
Oh yeah, it's fine. We're taking a break anyway, so like. I'm gonna tell my
dead.
buddy Gabri to ban you from Elden Discord. Smoke Wolf just said that.
You will
He
never
would
let me
never
down.
let me down.
Yeah, let's try that again.
There's yeah, the Dagger versus Tracer.
Like, I think it's because I've just put myself in a mode where I got to, like, always aggress for some reason. Not using regen, you dumb... I'm... I gotta delay that quite a bit.
I don't know how I didn't get a hit there.
It's the latency. Like the roll thing. Yeah, see if I do it
Nice.
delayed. Your build is so freaking tanky.
No regen.
Or maybe it's... No, it's not that tanky. Not using bundles on my breaker.
Why not, bro? Oh, there we go.
There we go. See, like, things like that is what I think... That, like, if you actually have someone completely optimal using a dagger, win most of the time versus sword and board.
Oh,
Try to
I
actually
missed that,
backstab?
bro. I tried to backstab it, but I missed. Of course I missed.
Oh, wow. Didn't hit. Ah, the trades! I went for it. Oh my god, that reached.
Yeah.
My
I had
frames
to
are dropping
unlock that
still.
to the limit. That was like last frame of my hitbox.
Here, I'm gonna go off studio mode. I'm gonna disable the preview and then also the Discord full screen since we're just hanging out now. And I think we got a really good amount of footage for, like, you know, both sides. Orvian versus one-handed mailbreaker. This might be tough. But it's low latency. Oh, we had a bit of lag there. Oh wow. Actually didn't get hit by that. It delayed it too much, I think.
What's the matchup now? Is it the same one or
Uh,
Corgan versus Newbreaker?
Orvian versus mailbreaker.
Oh no, that's cancer. Please.
Nice, that was out of space.
Try not to mow that Corvian challenge. Impossible.
True. Oh, I love that. Oh my god.
Ooh. Close.
Oh my god, the fact that I can just walk away from that.
Low latency is great. Nice one.
Go.
Alright.
Ooh, is that a frayed blade?
Of course. After so
I actually
many years,
was, what is it, trying it
we
yesterday.
encounter again.
You're gonna hold.
Right, there we go. Oh shit, I got hit. No.
Yep.
Impossible, bro. I were rolling. How could you hit me? It's a secret tag.
Aha, priority. Oh my god, no stem. Oh my god, I tried to run away, like, early.
Bruh. Alright.
Katana versus dagger moment.
No, it's fine. I just played extremely bad there. Oh, nice attempt on it, but... Yeah.
Oh wow, the strafing on that.
Fuck yeah, bro. You need to follow your own advice, bro.
Yeah, but I was messing around in my inventory there, so I couldn't. Oh, I think my. 1 second.
Oh. You shoot someone smoke to do, bro. No point. He literally runs from me, bro. 0 point on that. You can read our DMs. Every week I call him to play, and he'd like, "Oh no, you're too good to play with me." so, so I stopped calling him. There's no point. You're too latent, bro. It's too much latency. I only play with North Americans. That's what he says. And with this voice, by the way. Amazing.
Okay. Dancers.
You literally were molding, bro. What do you mean? You literally were molding and used Murky on 2v2s, bro. Stop molding, Smo. Come on, bro. 100% molding coping. Grew Spear? I didn't mod at Grew Spear at all, actually. I only asked you literally not to use the fucking which one was?
Oh, that was a good play. Got pretty fast.
Literally asked you not to use the Murky, bro. Talking about 1v1. I never modded at Spear versus CS because I always recognized that it was a matchup that I needed to learn and improve. So yeah, obviously. It's not because it's a matchup that I don't need to improve, like, that I will mod. It's different. It's just that you're so proud,
nice.
man, you will never realize it.
Ooh, yeah, that takes you so forward, even while I'm moving away. Oh. I delayed the. Oh, the lag.
Yeah, that's some,
Sudden packet loss.
That was definitely some packet loss there.
I carried over. Like, if I don't get the true combo there, I get it after.
Damage? Really? I thought it was more damage.
Well, it's not bundled, and I'm not using sharp or dark or crystal.
Oh, I see.
Not optimized for max.
Are you using it heavy or something?
Refined, and I think my refined stats are actually quite low. Strength 20, 32.
Oh, that's pretty bad, actually.
Yeah, like, look at that. Oh, you almost rolled off, man.
Was calculated.
Yeah, look, I have to even roll that.
It's bad. Nice fight there.
Playing this ultimately, I'm gonna... Thanks. That's not gonna work at all on this latency. Don't do the follow-up. It's better the non-follow-up. And even then, like, on this latency, it's... How did I miss that? I pre-aimed it away.
To die to spear challenge, bro. On latency, it's almost impossible. I missed it, bro. I'm so bad.
Dead.
You got hit from neutral, bro. What? What are you doing?
Okay. There's probably one more and we'll close up, because, yeah, we got basically everything explained, and now we're just doing some
Yeah.
rules at
Yeah,
this
we're
point.
just we're kind of tired too visibly.
Hmm.
Pretty dead. We stop.
Oh, what? I actually got behind that.
Let's see.
There we go. What, you want to do a last one? Okay.
Yeah, sure. You're
Oh,
gonna
this
use
might be a
dagger,
pain. Yep, still gonna use the dagger. Not in the
let me
mood
see what I'm
to
doing.
switch to anything else, because, you know, tired.
It's fine.
You gonna fish?
Yeah, I'm here for fish are. Also, there is a fishing tournament tomorrow, and I'm on it.
Oh god, that's gonna be, it's gonna be so silly.
It's gonna be fun.
So wait, you only get points from backstabbing, right?
Yeah.
GG, man.
Nice one. Good, bro.
I wonder what like the final thing's gonna look like. It's gonna be look insane. Wait, that's not a fishing attack.
It's too hard to fish a dagger, bro. Oh.
You're still in the range.
God.
Oh, did you ult it for? Alright. Thank you, Shadow. Alright. So let's just, what is it? Jump off the map? Where's the frickin' flags? Here.
I'm gonna leave now. Thank you, everyone, guys.
For watching, and yeah, this is pretty fun to do. I think we got like everything about, you know, latency down. So like, if anybody wants, they can just rewatch this VOD, revisit the parts, you know, and
We're going to do
yeah,
a video out of it later. Like,
yeah.
we're gonna post
But I'll probably
It's like-
organize like a bunch of other like, you know, more. It's probably gonna be hard to find some of the things in this because of how like stretched out it was.
No, it's fine,
But
bro.
I definitely will be able to use some examples from this. They're really
Mhm.
good.
So I want to. Would you let me actually let sorry for my brother. So, could you allow me to let like because since the start of the stream, I realized that you have some like many Portuguese speaker viewers that are also from South America and Brazil, because I saw them on chat like commenting and stuff. So, can I leave a Portuguese message for these people?
Yeah, sure, of course.
All right, I'm gonna say something then. Do you mind if I mention like that I have a Portuguese Discord and stuff for them?
Sure.
Alright, I'm gonna just say. Então, rapaziada, beleza? Aqui é o TheBat, o cara que falou aí com a Mir, tá ligado? Que fez tudo, a apresentação e tal. Foi um prazer aí trabalhar com o cara é gente boa. E realmente joga muito bem e tal. Enfim, eu tô ligado que muita gente aí do BR não sabe muito bem como que joga PvP tryhard e tal, tá ligado? Então, se vocês estiverem interessados, eu tenho um servidor do Discord em português. E lá em todos os meus vídeos do meu canal, que é Debate 30 também, quem quiser ver lá, eu posto vídeo e tal, eu faço stream também na Twitch. Tem o link lá do meu Discord, que é 100% em português. Tem alguns gringos também, sem problema nenhum, tá ligado? A gente aceita eles, mas o servidor em si é todo em português, o pessoal fala tudo em português, tem um chat pra eles falar em inglês lá. Então quem quiser colar, a gente tá sempre jogando, sempre com a internet perfeita, com latência baixa, porque todo mundo é do Brasil. E vocês serão todos bem-vindos lá, rapaziada. E tamo junto aí pra montar uma comunidade maior aí pro Brasil e pra América do Sul no Elden Ring, né? Então é isso aí, rapaziada. Tamo junto. Yeah, that's it, Amir. Thank you, bro.
All right, you're welcome. And yeah, thanks for doing this with me. It was really